I don't really know what to say. That performance, I may stand corrected on this, but that performance may have been the worst performance I've seen this season from Chelsea. Absolutely shit from beginning to end. I don't even think we got a shot on target. I'll be so honest with you. Don't think the whole entire time Chelsea got a single shot on target. And yeah, that's it. I mean, we're out of the FA Cup. I mean, no one in the Chelsea fan base is going to be proud of lifting a Conference League. And at this point too, fuck knows, with this team and their poor mentality, we might not even win that freaking Conference League trophy. And then a whole calamity and post-nuclear war is going to happen over the Chelsea fan base and Chelsea as a whole, as a club. Absolutely embarrassing, absolutely shambolic performance, and I'm at a loss for words. I genuinely, I don't even know if you could pinpoint the blame on a single entity or a single part of this game. It's just everything from top to bottom, from the recruitment, from the coach, from the team, the mentality on the team. It was all shit. Absolutely everything was shit today. Like at no point up until the last maybe 2 minutes of the game did I think Chelsea wanted to win this. I genuinely don't think they wanted to win it at all. And it's embarrassing to say that. We haven't won a trophy in seven years? No. We haven't won a trophy since Club World Cup. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't think we've won the FA Cup for 7 years now. And we crashed out of Carabao and FA Cup earlier than Pochettino. You know how much it fucking pains me to say that? This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing all around. God damn it, Chelsea. You make it hard to be a Chelsea fan. You really, really fucking do. And this whole recruitment, the whole ownership, everything. Like, you look at that performance and you look at how things have been going, and it's just like, how the fuck can you look at the positives in these things? Like, you make it so difficult. But listen, I'm probably a little emotional right now, obviously, because I'm not happy with the result. So I may be just talking out of my ass, and I may just not be being rational. But at the end of the day, there's nothing to be happy about right now with Chelsea. There's nothing to be happy about right now in terms of that performance. And you could say, sure, we're in top 4, but if we keep playing like that, bro, I just don't see how we keep the top 4 race going. So things got to change, but I'll let the panel on. Ladies and gents, big up to every single one of you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are feeling better than I am at this moment, and if you are, please just smash that like button, because it does help out the channel, help the channel grow. Please also be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and last but not least, guys, be sure to check out membership, subscription, and all that fun stuff. I'll read your chat in a minute. There's a bunch of you that just stormed in, so big up to every single one of you. Big up to, I think I got rated. I'm not entirely sure. YouTube didn't let me know, but if I did get rated, big up to whoever rated. I'll find out very soon. Wait, oh, Ahmed, big up to Ahmed for the raid. I appreciate it. Big up United Spurs of America for the, not United Spurs. Big up the Bridge Nation for the raid, and big up United Spurs for being in the chat as well. Guys, before I let the panel in, quick summary of the match. Listen, we scored early onset in the first half from a Verbruggen absolute howler. Should have claimed that cross. It shouldn't have even been a goal, but he decides to throw it into the net for us. And then not even long after that, completely capitulate. We can't hold on to the lead. Maybe Chalobah should have been placed better to get the header on that. I don't know. I find it really hard to blame Chalobah solely on that. I don't think a keeper can be blamed for that. I don't think Sanchez can be blamed for anything today. I'll be so honest with you. But yeah, I don't know anything, to be honest. So there's the 1-1. such a lackluster performance. Brighton weren't even good today. That's the worst part. Brighton weren't even good. We just were worse. We didn't even look like we wanted to attack. We didn't look like we wanted to make runs. We didn't want to show up for the ball. We didn't look like we wanted to be on that pitch. I'll be so honest with you. We didn't look like we wanted to be on that pitch. I'm not taking this notion that, oh, we're tired. Like, fuck off, we're tired, dude. We're playing one game a week. One game a week. It's just absolutely absurd. Second half, no changes. And then we score a really weird jammy goal. I can't even credit Brighton for that. It was a weird jammy goal. Matoma puts it behind the net, and then a substitution is finally made. We see KDH come off for Enzo Fernandez. Enzo injected amount of life into the game. Barely anything in there, though. Barely anything in there. I think he was the only one that got a shot on target the whole game, outside of Cole Palmer's jammy goal. And even then, it didn't even count because it was supposed to be a corner. So there it is. Absolutely embarrassing performance from Chelsea. Guys, over 100 of you here, and I'm only seeing the likes at 20. It's not good enough. Please smash up the like button. It does help out the channel tremendously, more than you can believe. And I promise you, it will cheer me up if I do see those likes go up. So let me introduce the panel. Big up to Chris, big up Scott, Bridge Nation, RSM. Yeah. Shit performance. I'll let whoever wants to take the mantle first, and
I want to
know your thoughts.
Marshall, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
Are you still content with the window?
I mean, I really don't know what the window could have done that could have made that better, to be honest. Like, everyone played like shit. Everyone played like shit. Even if we had like a shiny new striker, let's just say, what's his face? Gyökeres. What is he going to do when he's not getting any chances or any service?
I think he does better
shit.
Maybe not play
shit.
Or he makes better.
He does better than what Nkunku was doing. No, we're not doing this about great players. No. The whole thing about great players is they create something out of nothing. We're not doing this. If we had Gyökeres, what would he have done? More than what Nkunku's been doing the entire Chelsea tenure.
I mean, that chance what obviously Nkunku had, Gyökeres probably goes to that shot.
Oh yeah,
Gyökeres. That was crazy. He tried flicking it onto Cole Palmer's head. And it's like just as bad when Cole Palmer passed it to Jackson, where he should have went for the shot clearly. But yeah, like I don't care about the result either. I didn't really care about the result. It's just how we performed. It, like you said, is our worst performance of the season. It felt like almost like the one we played under Conte, under Man City. We weren't bothering to try. We weren't trying to make runs. We weren't pressing. Like, it looked like the whole front four just didn't want to turn up today. They didn't want to win. We got a lucky goal, like you said. The keeper literally gave an own goal, and we did fuck all after that. And it's just dreadful to watch. It's like watching paint dry. It was a dead game. If we play like that, obviously, we play up Friday against Brighton again. Is it Friday? Yeah. Yeah, we're finished. I don't know if we have an actual striker for that game. I don't know if we have Mark Gu. I don't know if we have Jackson. If we have Nkunku up top, we're finished. There's no chance we're winning that game because Nkunku, he can't make the runs. He's lazy. He doesn't want to run. He doesn't want to shoot clearly as well. So I don't know what to think we're going to do against this Brighton team, really.
I can't lie to you though, like this. As I will happily crash it on Nkunku, especially today because it was shit. But I can't even fully crash it on Nkunku because I said this on Armor's channel
for the raid as well. Sorry, go ahead.
That's cool. I said it on Armor's channel just before we jumped on here. Like, the way this ultimately our problems, all of our problems in this squad, like 90% of them, stem from the same issue: sporting directors and the way this team is compiled. We have built this team to where, when certain players are out, it's impossible for our team to play the same way or to play the way we want to play and for players to play together. Palmer and Nkunku should never play together again. They have negative chemistry. Like, that was horrible to watch. They cannot play together. You got rid of someone. I don't rate Felix. You got rid of someone who had good chemistry with Palmer.
Honestly, he has more of an impact than Nkunku.
Yeah, whatever the reason was, we got rid of him when he had chemistry with Palmer. Fine. Nkunku doesn't. Nkunku and Palmer can't play together. So that means Nkunku can basically not play for this club again for it to work successfully. Like, now I understand why he wasn't coming off the bench, because he wasn't really doing anything anyway. But when he plays number 9, he plays like a false 9. So he wants to drop out of that space, link up play. The issue is, in our team, and especially in this game, there's no one who's then crashing the box to take that space that was vacated. Palmer doesn't do it. That's not his type of game. Dewsbury Hall does it, but none of us have any idea if he's at the level where he can do it. He did it last year in the Championship, the best team in the Championship. That doesn't tell me anything.
It doesn't make
I've
you
not
question.
seen him do it in the Prem.
The thing is, Scott, yeah.
Because the wingers are so wide, they can't crash the box, even if they wanted to, because the wingers are so wide. So you have no one crashing the box. The one guy we had who could crash the box in this team, and I don't like him, I don't rate him, he didn't fit the system. But the one guy we had in our team that did crash the box successfully was Gallagher, and we sold him because he didn't fit. Makes sense. We now have no one who can crash the box. The way this team has been put together is nothing short of terrible. Because if the system doesn't work 100% of the time, and you don't have the exact player you need to make the system work, it falls to pieces. Completely falls to pieces.
But then the question is, then you have to look at the manager and say, if the system is not working, bro, you got to start tweaking it a little bit, right? Like, I don't want to. I'm not even like trying to put pressure on Maresca and say, okay, if it's not working, bro, at least then do you have like a plan B, maybe? Obviously,
yeah, but he doesn't.
And he doesn't have that, and that's the issue.
No, but Ahmed, he comes from Pep. Like, go and look at outside of Arteta.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Outside of Arteta, go and look at the other guys that have come from Pep. Company, Xavi, like guys like that. Everyone that's come under Pep, outside of Arteta, and Arteta has done it to his detriment, they don't have a plan B. It's plan A or nothing. And the problem is like, and this is what they went and got. These guys tried the guy who could adapt and do some things, but maybe wasn't the quality they wanted. They went and got a guy that was maybe the quality in terms of the level he's coached at, but tactically speaking, he sucked. They've now got a guy that's like tactically rigid, has a set way of playing, has a system that works, but then didn't sign the proper players to where that system can work 100% of the time. Like, again, it comes back to the same issue every time. It's the same issue. And until that issue is addressed, we're going to continue seeing this. This will keep happening. We'll lose to Brighton again. We'll drop points here. We'll drop points there. We won't win this team. And when we don't finish in the top 4, by the way, because I don't think we do this season with the way we're playing, and even with Jackson in the team, we weren't scoring goals. Without him in the team, we've got no hope. When we don't finish top 5, it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the summer. The summer, by the way, where because we've got the Club World Cup, where the fuck are you integrating new players? So the new players that come in are going to have to come in and play immediately with basically no preseason. So they're going to take a while to get to speed. So fantastic. Job well done. 10 out of 10.
My issue, because I've got to leave because I forgot. I had a flawless show. So I'm going to be back in an hour. But my issue is that I look at these players before I even get to the striker stuff, and it makes me question what's going on with them. Right? My big thing is, you're playing one game a week. There's not that much stuff on you. There's not that much pressure on you. Like, what is clearly going on for me is clearly either a mentality thing. For some of them, clearly the mentality right now is not in the right space of mind for them. And then I think there's a B issue, which is that I think for some players, whether they like to admit or not, their confidence is shot as well. But there's some players who are playing who have zero confidence in the way they play. And, I look at... and like, for me, that's just, I think, part of it. I think another part of it also is just that some of these players aren't good enough. We've already said that before. We can continue saying that again. And I look at this again. We ask these questions with the way we play. We know we need a number 9. We spoke about this in January, trying to get that number 9 that could work in the system, that does that job. And that didn't come in. It then was then in some form of major irony, both our strikers then go out. Even the academy guys aren't available for us to help us in that system, and we're back to the number 9 that we know that doesn't work, playing that for us. And the thing for me, I look at this, I'm like, I can just see the same scenario playing out again on Friday.
It depends. It depends.
The only thing that changes between now and in terms of the team is Jackson maybe starts, James probably starts, and Jorgensen starts. Like Jorgensen doesn't change the result, because I'll be like, I actually agree with what Marshall said earlier. I thought he sucked in terms of Sanchez. I don't think he wasn't why we lost. Like, he was terrible.
I agree,
but he wasn't why we lost. So if he isn't affecting why we lost this game, what the fuck's Jorgensen going to do? I don't think Jorgensen's going to be like stopping us losing necessarily against Brighton. I like James, but if our right back is the reason why we beat Brighton or not, then we need to have a serious look at our whole team. And then Jackson is in shit form anyway. So you're basically
nothing genuinely would have changed, in terms of like what we did today with Jackson up front.
No, I agree. I think some things would have changed. I think the way we played in terms of with the number 9 would have been slightly different. But I don't think we scored any more goals. But like, it's not going to be any different. We've got to play the same fucking team.
If they played with the same attitude they did today, they definitely lose. There was no attitude that wanted to win today. They didn't press.
They've been playing like this for the last 9 games, guys. Like, let's be realistic.
Bro,
not like this.
No.
Wait, the thing is, Palmer.
Marshall.
So the thing is, Marshall. Yeah, it's not been okay. Maybe being slightly exaggerating there. That's on me. But like, the way I'm putting it, bro, over the last 9 games,
we've been shit.
It's been a level of deterioration, right? It's been deteriorating to this point. Right, we've been deteriorating to get to this point, and it's been a consistent level of deterioration as well. That's the thing. Like, when this is like probably our worst performance out of all those 9 games, correct?
Yes.
Oh, this is our worst performance this season.
Like, and like,
this ain't worse. This ain't worse than Ipswich. This wasn't worse than Ipswich.
I know we were Ipswich, but like that's what
I felt like it is.
I'm trying to make.
That Ipswich game was the worst game I've seen.
That was bad, but I feel like this was.
Okay, listen. Okay, well, argue semantics.
I've got to go to Flawless History.
Later.
All right, peace out.
See you in an hour.
Hold up, Marshall. Did I or did I not tell you yesterday, bro? And what happens when we take these back-to-back L's, bro? Because at the end of the day, bro, I'm telling you, I don't trust this team. They do not have the mentality, because you can't convince me that they're getting tired in training when I see Cucurella and Caicedo 90 minutes every game, running. It's a mentality thing, bro.
It's not
fatigue, bro. It's not fatigue. It's a mentality thing. These players are mentally shot, bro.
I can't accept that, man. I can't accept mentally shot. Not after Monday. It's a totally different pace. Monday, even the first half, totally different pace from Monday. Why was it so slow today? What's the difference, really?
Because I'll tell you, because young players are by nature inconsistent.
That's me.
They're by nature inconsistent, and so to find young players who are very consistent at a high level is difficult. It doesn't happen that often, bro.
We're seeing it with Palmer. Like, Palmer was a young player at the top of his game. Like, he was arguably one of the best players in the league last season. But this season, he's been inconsistent, because that's what happens. Because you drop off a level from being at the very top, because that happens. We're seeing it with Mbappe. We're seeing it with some of the best players. Haaland, it happens. But guess what? When you have players around him who can stay at a consistent level, then it doesn't matter as much. But when every fucker is young and every fucker is inconsistent, what happens? The whole team is inconsistent. And yet again, we go back to the problem. Bro, all of these problems are branches and roots coming from the same fucking rotten tree.
Directors. Yep.
It's the same fucking issue every time.
This has been my issue this whole time, right? Is that you guys have heard me say it multiple times now this season that I feel like there's a big mentality issue with this team. And this is where I do get at the sporting directors, is the way you expedited the outgoings of the experienced players and completely, I wouldn't say completely, but really try to go out of your way to not bring in any experience to really lead the charge for a good amount of these youngsters. It's like, now at this point I am expecting these performances now, because there is no one like
I'm not having the experience thing. No one's talking about experience thing on the 8 game or so winning run. I'm not having the experience thing whatsoever. Okay, no one was mentioning it then, so why are we mentioning it now? Do you know what I mean? That's a wash for me whatsoever. I'm sorry, I'm not having that.
Young players ride momentum. They were riding high on the momentum of winning a ton of games. Now we're losing games and they're crashing out, bro.
But let me propose.
Experienced players wouldn't do shit for this.
Yeah,
let me propose an argument here, right?
Sure, yeah, okay.
In the beginning of the season, to push back on that server, and listen, I hear what you're saying. Obviously, like there is a good argument to say, like, where was this in the beginning? I understand that, but in the beginning, maybe there's a sense of excitement. There's a sense of nuance with, it's a new manager, new ideas, new players. The players get excited. They're up for it. They feel refreshed. Palmer had a great Euros. Cucurella had a great Euros. These players ended up good momentum at the end of the season. So they go into the season, feeling a bit of motivation. And then once things start to get a little bit harder and results start to drop, you don't win against the Uniteds of the world. You don't win against the Arsenals of the world. Maybe heads start to drop a little bit. And there isn't like I'm not saying Aspie, the only one, but there isn't like an Aspie or a Conte or a Jorginho to be like, we need to figure out another way to go about, play. How many times, Surfer, you remember, all of us remember, how many times were we watching games and we would see Jorginho just like pointing, like, go, make this run, like, because these players wouldn't move. And at least there would be some type of leadership on the pitch that would like help try to create something out of nothing. I think today that was really missing. Maybe he's not the best example, but that's kind of what
we had some leadership. No, I'm sorry. I have to crash it on this guy and Kunku. What the fuck? Also, the hype job by some people about Chalaba's our second best defender. No, he's good. He's fine. He's a good squad player. But this whole second best defender hype that we got because we got Chalaba back. No, he's a squad player and he's performing once again like a squad player.
He is not second best for sure.
He is. That's the issue.
No, I wouldn't say
he's like that is the issue.
That is an issue, probably.
He's 100%.
Probably it is an issue.
I'm sorry, he's not our second best.
Yes, he is.
And he's still one of the older folks.
Wait, who would you put?
Buffon is better than him, and I still think Colwell's better than him. I'm sorry.
Oh nah.
Yes, we're not doing this recency bias hype.
I know about Lamar, bro.
That's a recency bias. Colwell has spent half the season, or I'd say the last 9-10 games being shit. When Chalaba was performing under Tuchel, no one said nothing. I like Colwell, but Chalaba's better. Chalaba plays today. Colwell plays today. Yes, he is. Colwell plays today. He's playing shit anyway as well.
No, Colwell's form has coincided with the rest of the team's form. It was actually good for most of the first half of the season.
Especially when he lost to Fana, yeah.
Chalaba was shit at the end of last season for us under Poch, and he's now just average right now, like he had been for Palace.
Thank you. Exactly.
This is not an individual. I don't want to do an individual thing. The whole players were shit today.
No, but I'm saying this whole. What would experienced players do? We had some experience and they didn't do anything.
First you say you're going to crash it on Cuckoo, and then you're going to crash it on Chalaba. It's not an individual thing.
No, I'm not crashing it. No, because I agree with your point of our experience wouldn't do anything because we had some experience and they didn't do anything as well with the inexperienced players.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, look at if you go through all those players on the pitch, they have experience. They have experience. So this experience thing is not going to ride with me at all, okay? These are not 18, 19-year-olds, all of them, okay? They're not. Okay, they have experience, okay? All of them. All of them have experience. All of them. So this whole thing is just not going to wash with me. And you can blame on Maresca. Fine, you want to do so. But look at our subs bench today.
Yep.
If anyone,
our sub bench had the number 68 on it, bro.
Yeah.
Our sub bench had the number 68.
For Enzo Fernandez, that's a change in midfield instead of obviously Enzo's bottom to help out Caicedo. Obviously working in. He made both the wings. Maybe you could have said maybe only change one of the wings instead of both wings. Basically, they're like for like the two wingers that came on anyway. They're both wide performing players anyway. But that is it, and we can go on. It goes back to sporting directors. We can't even go in this game that we created a lot of chances and missed, so we can't even blame that. We can't even go, well, they just didn't take their chances again. There's nothing. I just want to know where the pace of Monday went in terms of how we played on Monday, the pace of the game, and it just went so slow today, just so slow again. We couldn't. Our build-up was so slow, and then it was just people waving their arms at each other and stuff like that. I mean, Cole Palmer, that was a Bruno Fernandes-esque performance today.
Yep.
Totally was. Misplaced passes
By the way,
and arms in the air going.
If people are blaming Maresca from today's game, you're a fucking idiot.
Nope,
like,
I'm not blaming Maresca.
There's nothing more he can do.
Scott, thank you, bro. Because I
Like,
literally told people,
I find nuts. Who else is meant to play? Number one, like who else is meant to start? Who else? The only person I'd have probably changed, and it's on hindsight based on how the game went, is Achapong for Gusto. Outside of that, no one else. Like, who the fuck else is meant to start? Who the fuck else is meant to come on?
Yeah, I can blame Maresca in previous games for certain games, and then I don't blame him. Do you know what I mean? Like for timing of substitutes and stuff like that. But today it was just completely.
What's on the players?
Nothing. And like I said, I think someone said it. It's totally sickening irony. On the day we don't buy a striker, both our strikers get injured.
Yeah. And then Andrew, we spent the entire or not entire window, like half the window looking for a winger, deciding okay, we need one, and then week after the window closes where we don't get a winger and we get rid of an attacker, Neto goes down injured potentially. Yeah, that's and again these guys, you can't. This is the owners aren't making these decisions. You can blame the owners for hiring. You can blame the owners for hiring the sporting directors and not firing them. That's where you can have a go at them. That's absolutely fine. But these are all the sporting directors. These are sporting directors that run football clubs, guys. Okay, we had it under Roman Marino and the board, and we're now having it with the sporting directors. Okay, or Egg Barley, that part of the ownership and sporting directors. But there was nothing. Monday was fantastic fight back. Where was that fight? There was no fight today from anywhere whatsoever. Now he's going to come out with a PR statement.
No, I would disagree. I disagree. I think Cucurella and Caicedo still fought, bro. I think they were the only two that can leave with their heads up high, bro. I'm be real with you.
Second half, Caicedo was getting. He was getting ruined.
Andrew, do you know what? I know you touched on this.
Wait, did we? I feel like sometimes we literally watch different games because Caicedo was literally half of our defense and half of our offense.
I agree with what Andrew's saying in terms of, I think he was all over, but I said this on Amish thing, and I know you touched on it earlier, where like, I think there is, when it comes to like, not everyone, but I think with Cucurella and Caicedo especially, there is a level of mental fatigue in them where like, in games, after a while, because they're doing so much for this team, especially those two, and Enzo at times, but we see like he gets a rest. Those two are doing so much in games that after a while, like you see it with Caicedo, after about like 60, 70 minutes, you can see he drops a level. And I think it's just that it's not physical fatigue, it's mental fatigue. Because he's doing fucking everything. He's literally doing everything. He's fixing everything defensively. He's sweeping everything up. He's winning the ball in midfield. He's recycling it. He's getting the ball up the pitch. When we lose the ball in attack, he's then picking the ball back up and recycling it back out to the wingers. He is doing fucking everything in this team in midfield.
Do you know what I would have done?
That drains on you. That as a young kid, that drains on you.
You know what I would have done in this game is this cup. I would have bought the
new guy on.
I would have just done it. I would have done it.
I was expecting him to come on today.
And just after this, he's right in the quotes that he says we did. They were half chances, so we got to say they weren't like full chances, but there was like a 5 to 8 minute bit of afterwards and Noni. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was horrible.
I want to say that cameo. He got pocketed in less than 20 minutes by a right back.
Lamptey. Tariq Lamptey.
Bro, Lamptey.
Yeah.
Hey, Lamptey had a game today, by the way. He was ruining Gusto. He was ruining Gusto.
Oh, Gusto. I'm not.
And Neto.
Gusto was, Gusto. Wow.
Gusto was.
He's fallen off, and maybe that's a second season thing for him, and maybe he'll bounce back. Yeah. But I do agree with what he said about. We did after like 5 rate, but then he couldn't do anything. Do you know what I mean? It's like he did all he could today, Maresca.
He even made early change as well. 650 something.
All I want to know is like what?
Bro, both wingers aren't working. Both wingers are off. That's it. It was that.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I just don't know that the pace was just too slow. It was just like it was, and then we stopped there. I don't know why we just didn't do that ball over the top every time.
No, I told everybody. Caicedo found the blueprint. Caicedo found the blueprint, bro. But and this is what we mean. How do you blame Maresca for KDH not being able to control the ball through on goal? How do you blame Maresca for Palmer being through on like? Caicedo was given the
How is
blueprint.
he? How is he?
They were
passing
not
that?
dealing with that
How
ball
is
over the top.
Nkunku passing like that as well?
I don't know, man. And bro, that moment,
Negative chemistry, bro.
Me,
Palmer passed behind Nkunku because there's no chemistry. They don't understand each other's runs. They don't.
bro, when people tell me Nkunku's the best finisher at the football club, I just laugh now because you can't be the best finisher when you're through on goal. I don't care that it bounced, by the way, because any striker, Haaland, Gyökeres, Osimhen, even Jackson, but we've seen Jackson attempt that
He would
shot.
attempt sometimes.
He probably
Real
misses.
quick.
Yes.
I'm not saying he scores.
What's wrong with the quote here? I don't know what actually the quote
hold
is
on.
wrong.
Let me address this. Let me address this because listen, chat. I want you guys to actually be smarter than what you put off. This isn't the reason why we lost the game. This quote came out after the game. Tell me the reason why you think Maresca is to blame for the loss today. Because I do genuinely want to entertain the argument. I do think there is part to blame on Maresca, but I can't come up with the words right now because I'm demoralized. But yeah, by all means, chat, you tell me your reasons.
Can we
Go ahead. I was interrupting
about...
Scott. Yeah.
Maybe he should have actually taken. Maybe the one thing I can say is that he should have taken Gusto off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like
Action.
But now you
Action. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, but this is the thing too as well. Like if, like it would be shameful to bring on Achimpong on and then let him get cooked. Like if he was gonna get cooked by like Matoma and Lamptey. Like
I'd rather him start over Gusto.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. You don't throw a kid into an awful situation.
No,
like, that's fucked up to do to a kid. Like,
but it's just it's a mess. Like I said, it's like just on finishing on the Nkunku thing. It's like at the end of the day, that is it's not working. Like, and it's not number 9 thing or he doesn't work. Like he just doesn't work in this team for whatever reason.
Yep.
I don't know whether it's chemistry, mentality. His mentality sucks, by the way. Like the lack of running. Like every time the ball went and like he could see he wasn't getting to it, he just stopped. I'm
hit that jog, bro.
I'm really tired of that jogging nonchalant bullshit. Like Palmer can get away with it sometimes, and even he can't. But he gets away with it sometimes because at least he has credit in the bank and he does perform sometimes. On Nkunku, bro, you got no credit. Like I'm not dealing with that shit. But
I just want to just Daniel in the chat. What do you expect? What did you expect Maresca to do today, Daniel? Because like you've never been Maresca in. You've never been Maresca in, so I want to know what.
No, my question is like it's insane to me. Like did people take Maresca seriously yesterday when he said maybe I gotta lace up my boots one more time and be the 9? Like because that's the only way I could see you guys really blame Maresca for this. Because I said, bro, yeah, he did. I said yesterday, if we lose this game, I'm looking at 100% the players.
Facts. And again,
because you could zoom out and look at the season and say, okay, we can blame Maresca for these structural issues, whatever, or making subs late, sure. But this specific game, looking at this one game, what am I gonna say to Maresca, bro? Bro, the number 68 was on his bench, bro. What do you want me to say about that? Who was he supposed to bring on?
He's been doing early changes the last few games.
No striker on the bench.
The style of play
none.
The style of play.
You couldn't even pick a youth team. You couldn't pick a youth team striker.
The style of play. The style
Every
of play
striker we have is injured. The youth team striker is injured. Dacho Fofana is injured. Broya is injured on loan. We have no striker, bro.
Oh, we had to rely on Broja. We're cooked.
Like the funniest thing about the style of play thing, by the way, with Maresca is jokes to me because it's for this game more than anything. Because as we've shown in this game, like we actually changed the way we played this game in terms of because we didn't have a proper striker. We had a false line that dropped out of the front line, and we had KDH basically the only one making box crashing runs. It didn't work, so he changed the way we play. It didn't work because he had to because we had no one else. Also, when it comes to style of play, you saw in this game when we went with the long ball, as we have in times, the players fucked it up anyway.
Yes,
like.
Oh, that one long ball that hit Palmer's back, I was just
No, not only that. Hold up. I gotta say this, by the way. That one long ball that Sanchez perfectly passed it to the other keeper, like just gained possession immediately. Like, here, play at the back.
By the way, do you know he finished the game with 69% pass accuracy? And I think
what's his long cross? What was his long? What was his long?
I think I saw 37.
37, yeah.
Right after this.
I'm going to say this.
37%
I just
long,
want to
bro.
say this in. Listen, Maresca. Yeah, you can criticize Maresca for saying too many times we're not in a tight race public and stuff like that. The DHL said he lied about both. No, that was after the game. He said that about maybe the strikers don't know how serious they are. Both said they're fine. He then said in the conference yesterday about maybe Jackson can play tomorrow, but Gui's injured. That's what he said. So you're not actually quoting him fully there. He's not running Palmer into the ground. maybe he's not. He needs to maybe put a horseshoe up his arse, you know, a rocket up Palmer's butt, and say to him, you know, you need to raise your game again, because his attitude stunk tonight. Palmer's attitude absolutely stunk.
Bro,
tonight.
that time that he was that time that we were defending for like an entire 2 minutes on our half, and Palmer was not on screen, bro. He's just in the other box on the ground. Get up, bro.
Oh,
Get
speaking
up.
of that, by the way,
Get up.
There was a moment. He wasn't the only one. There was a moment when Gusto did that as well, where he lost the ball in the attacking area because he thought he got fouled, and then he
passed it, and then
he didn't move. He stood there, and it was Nolly tracking back, and he stood there because then the camera, after we win the ball back, pans down slightly, and his head comes into frame, and he's moved like 2 meters. Like that,
bro.
Can we also talk about this other player?
It all goes back, right? So it all goes back, right? Because I'm going to go back to sporting directors again. Big thing. We're not talking about money. If they actually, and the ownership, if they actually agreed to just pay, at least say what he wanted and stuff like that. But you know, we move.
So another player I want to talk about because this is the third game in a row where he's had 3 dribble attempts, and none of them successful. Is $25 million Jack Grealish, called Jadon Sancho. He does not take on his man. He's unsuccessful in taking on his man, and he passes back. This is now the third game in a row. He's had 3 dribble attempts and 0 successful in a row.
He's just sounding today, bro.
He's just seeming to me like cheaper Jack Grealish, like $25 million contract too.
Big up Ilcon for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate it. Why was Enzo Fernandez on the bench? The only important trophy to win was now wasted, and about the striker issue. Can't we put Palmer as a false nine?
That's what we were doing. No?
We tried that.
Literally what we did. Yeah.
Say it, Scott.
What
you were about to say?
We did it like on the Enzo thing. He needed a rest because he can't play every game.
He's not Caicedo.
He came back from an injury last season, by the way, a spinal injury last season. Like he needed to get a rest. Also, the game on Friday is more important. That's like, as much as people don't want to hear it, and it sucks to be out of a trophy. Top 4 this season is way more important. So you need him to play in that game and start and probably play 90.
Yeah.
So he had to not really play this game unless you're just going to keep playing him every game until he drops dead. On the Palmer false nine, we played with him and Nkunku kept interchanging, and they both sucked.
Okay.
Because guess what? Outside of Nkunku, who is shit for this system, he's not a shit player. He's shit for this system and the way we're playing in our team. Not a single player in our squad box crashes effectively.
0.
I was gonna say.
No, wait. That's why Cucurella is actually a bit decent across the box.
Yeah, Cucurella. Our left back is the best box crasher in the whole fucking team.
He is by far, by the way. By far, by the way. It's not even close. It's not even close.
He didn't invert today because he had to go up against Manchester. There's no inversion.
He wasn't inverting like that.
He couldn't box crash. He couldn't box crash because he had a winger to look after. And
this is the thing too. I want to break apart this notion that we can't play Palmer as a false nine because Middlesbrough. Bro, there's plenty of games prior to Middlesbrough where false nine Palmer actually worked under Poch, believe it or not. So this idea that we can't do it.
We played every time he played false nine.
We played 3 games. Yeah,
no,
Arsenal's the only time.
Arsenal was the only game where it worked.
Oh no, false nine was Sterling. I'm sorry for that one.
No, false nine against Arsenal was Palmer because we played him in Gallagher. That's the only time it worked. We then played it like 3 or 4 more times, and it sucked. And
he looked like shit. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want Palmer in that position to be
fair. It was terrible. Also, on the winger thing, this goes back to what I said about the way we compiled the team. Both of our wingers, their best periods in their career came when they played with them.
Yeah.
The wingers we've got, the best moments in their career, their best form, goal scoring, assists, whatever, came when they were playing with a prolific box presence number 9. And you bought them and decided to give them Jackson, who I like, but isn't a box presence, Hugh, who's 19, and Nkunku. Like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? Neto is doing as much as he can to create, but can't create nothing because he's crossing it into children and to people who are 5'10".
He's crossing it to Cucurella, bro. That's the threat.
I mean, Yeah, our biggest threat, like you said, is Cucurella. That's our biggest threat because every time.
Not only that. Again, like we said, Cucurella didn't invert this game, so he wasn't even on the end of the crosses today. So nobody got on the cross today at all. Zero. There was nothing. It was dead.
If you want to win FA Cup by the way over finishing top 4, you're a fucking moron.
No, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like that. If we don't get UCL, this is going to get nasty.
Let me ask these people a question. What did the Carabao Cup? Oh no, what did the FA Cup do for Eric Ten Hag? Oh, that's right, fuck all.
Yeah, what's it doing for United right now?
Yeah, where are United right now after winning the FA Cup last year? Oh, that's right, they're 14th.
I mean,
what Champions League? I forgot they played in the Champions League this season, didn't they? Oh no, wait.
No, but this is the thing as well. Like, we got to be realistic. By the way, we are living on credit cards. You feel me? And if we don't get UCL at the end of the season, we ain't paying off that debt, baby. We going bankrupt. I'm be real. There is no more buildings to sell.
The only tiny hopium I have is that these guys will change the model and the way they buy and who they buy if we get Champions League. That's the tiny hopium I have. I don't think it
and by the way, and that hopium is based on getting that UCL football. So I'm not taking the FA Cup over that.
Highly related on us getting UCL.
Yes. Everything.
So if we don't get UCL, prepare for another summer where we buy children who aren't good enough for this team and squad players.
No, by the way, 100%. DHL Maresca is lying, son. Of course he is, bro.
Yeah, he's lying.
Obviously he's lying, bro. Top 4 is the goal. 100%.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
The thing is, like, hold up, and you're telling me, if okay, then are you gonna give the guarantee that if we gave it all in the FA Cup we would win it? No, bro. But there's no way to guarantee anything.
Big up Ilkan again for the $4.99 super chat. I'm not saying we should sack Maresca, but if next season is like this, then sack. And Neto was the only player that can say I did even Neto wasn't
you see,
that good,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Neto wasn't. Everyone was shit. Like, let me just read some of these comments because I have been saving the comments. And guys, like, I think most of us here on the panel, and I say most of us, but I speak for myself when I say this. I'm not looking to constantly defend Maresca. I have criticized Maresca. We have criticized Maresca. But what I will say is you need to give me an actual decent argument that's actually rational and logical and makes sense for me to actually believe that Maresca is to blame for something. For something like this. You know, stop playing players who are shit. Sancho is shit. Conference League player. Stop playing Gusto. He's a shit player. Stop playing Nkunku. He's another Werner. Okay, in this situation, EPL Turf. You know why I don't agree with this? I agree with you on Gusto. You probably paid Achimpong. Sure. Gusto had a recent few games he's been decent, but sure, you play Achimpong. But who are you going to play instead of Sancho? Neto was shit.
Tyreek, bro.
Madueke was shit.
Bro,
George was alright.
Bro,
George
they want Mueka from the academy.
Ready.
They want Tyreek George from the academy and Josh Achimpong from the academy. Because those
are
the backups.
Like,
the players you named, that's their backups, by the way.
What are we doing? So how is it on Maresca if he has shit options? So, and then stop playing Nkunku. Well, who are you going to play?
The ghost of Drogba. The ghost of Drogba.
He has to play.
This is exactly. He has to play Nkunku there. He didn't have an option, and that's on the directors. I said it before. I don't agree with Scott in terms of like the window we should have gotten a striker, because who would have ever predicted that both of our strikers would have fallen on the same game? Literally, ironically, after.
I could have predicted he who got injured, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe Giu or Jackson, one or the other, not both. But that's neither here nor there, because at the end of the day, me and Scott agree on the fact that we should have gotten a striker. I just think it should have been over the summer or the summer prior to that. And he thinks it should have been each window we've had a chance to. So we just agree on small differences, disagree on small differences. That's it. But we both agree on the major thing, which is we need a striker. But that's not on Maresca. Maresca doesn't go out and find these strikers. He's a coach. He's not a manager.
On the Nkunku thing, I'd rather Nkunku not be at the club right now. I'd rather we sold him in January, to be honest. And
I'd rather have kept Felix. I said this before. But
I'd have rather kept Felix, sold Nkunku and got a striker, but we didn't. And now,
Felix in today's game, I'm sure would have found an opportunity to get a shot.
If Palmer keeps stinking it up, who are we replacing him with? We don't have a backup striker.
No, at least Felix. Our backup 10 played today and was shit.
Yeah.
Even when he was playing as the 10, he was shit.
Yeah. The other one here, because that is his mentality. It's his mentality. He is stuck on one way of playing and doesn't know how to react. Name one game where he made tactical changes to help. Bournemouth, Spurs.
Those games just didn't happen. Why does everybody have the memory of a goldfish, bro? I swear, bro. People have the memory of a goldfish, son.
West Ham, our last game.
Thank you. And people, bro, I'm telling you, like, it's the same thing. I swear, some fans have the memory of goldfish because I remember beginning of the season, they're like, no, we need to give Sanchez a chance. I was like, why are we giving Sanchez a chance? Did we forget last season? But apparently we did. Apparently, the only way that we can base a season is off the past 5 games because that's as far as we remember.
But what I will say about this comment is the one thing I could give you is that maybe it is a mentality thing, because I did say this earlier, right? I did say this, like, not even from just the players, but I mean the coach himself. I did say this, I think it was on the Chelsea hour, where I was like, I don't like this notion that you're telling players we're not in a title race publicly. I did say maybe behind closed door he's telling them, you know, but if I'm basing this off of what you're saying in public, then I don't like this notion that you're telling players like we're not in a title race, we're not ready, we're not this and that. Because like,
telling the players, though.
what? I don't know if he was. I don't know, but
I don't think
saying
you can tell. You know, if you remember, right, you can remember no matter way. I think Jackson's the only player who said we are on a title race. There was one player who said we are on a title race, but
oh yeah,
the rest of them.
Nani, yeah.
No, Nani said we're not on a title race. No, but he said it with a smile. He said it with he said it with a smile. Jackson's the only one who said we're in the title race. He's the one who fucked it up.
Also, by the way,
all it was is just a gimmick. Just say to the journalist or whatever, just tell them we're not.
But even then, like, if I were to give you that argument, J7,
I don't think it's that deep, though.
If I were to give you that argument, J7, like, I would just say, like, maybe back yourself a little bit. Like, instead of saying we're not in a title race or this team isn't ready, saying, listen, we're going to try to win every single game we can and perform as well as we can and compete for the highest level that we can. You know, kind of like how Poch was saying. Like, he didn't necessarily say we're going to win the Premier League, but he said we're going to try to be the best team or be a top team or something like that along those lines. So maybe you could say that, and the team, like, I don't know. It's just I'm just going off hypotheticals.
Also, by the way,
in the locker room.
I have a question, by the way. For everybody,
we are looking just for 3 points. That's what we kept saying. We're just here for 3 points.
3 points at a time, yeah.
Yeah, we kept saying one game at a time, and I don't mind that. And
I mean, I have it right here.
Us saying we're not going to win the Premier League title race is not stopping us not winning the league title.
Yeah, I got you.
But I have a question, by the way. I have a question for people sincerely.
I'm just trying to win every game and try to focus on the next one. I don't look at the table. I don't even know what is title race, to be honest.
Jackson's saying it there.
He's being tongue in cheek, by the way. And he literally said we're only looking to win every game. So like, what else do you want from your players, bro? My point being, by the way, my point being, for everybody who's saying Maresca out, Maresca leaves. We getting a new coach. By the way, did we randomly spawn in a new striker from hiring a new coach? By the way, I need to make sure, by the way, that happens. Like our bench, yeah, Maresca leaves, our bench is fixed, a striker comes in, right? Is that what's gonna happen, guys?
That's why the
what comment, Scott?
Who's the manager for
where is it? Rabba's comment.
Have you seen a coach who came from second league and won the PL Cup? Fucking bullshit, and you know all that. Traitors.
Pep did that. Huh?
Arne Slot literally is doing that right now.
No. He said from second league, so from the league below the top league.
What is Eredivisie? It's Eredivisie.
Pep did that. Hansi Flick did that. I could probably find more with time.
Extent, didn't he? No, he didn't do that. But he did come from Mainz, which it wasn't like the most.
No, Tuchel didn't do it. No, Tuchel didn't do it. But yeah, Pep and Hansi Flick did.
I thought Tuchel wasn't the German league, second league.
No, he wasn't.
He came.
He was. His first ever club was in the German second division. But
yeah, and then he moved to a smaller club in the first division, and he moved straight to was it PSG after that?
Also, the coach.
Maybe
the thing for me with this coach that I don't think people are understanding is, say we sack Enzo. Who do we get? Not who do we get? Do you trust these sporting directors to go and get someone to replace him?
If we sack Maresca, how many is that? They're 0 for 4, 0 for 3?
Yeah, they fucked up too much.
0 for 3.
I don't count the Lampard.
Okay, you don't count the Lampard. Fair enough. So they're 0 for 3. At that point, like, you're direct, like, your manager ID is shit, bro. We can't trust him. That's what I'm saying. The only way that this ends well, the only way that we can move forward, bro, is they gotta go, bro. They have to go, son.
Like, that's the ultimate issue. Is like we can address the players, Enzo, whether they're good enough, whatever. We can address that, like, after these sporting directors are sacked. Like, because with them here, they're just gonna make the same decisions.
They're gonna keep giving him kids he does not trust, bro.
Terrible players that aren't good enough. They keep gonna swapping squad players. They're gonna get you a manager that you don't trust.
Yeah,
they've got 3 under this ownership / sporting directors. We've had 3 different managers, all of who play slightly different styles of play, all who come from different backgrounds, all who have varying levels of experience. They're not the same. Outside of they all kind of play a 3-2-5 in possession, just play it differently in spells. Like, there's nothing the same about them. So when we, like Oliver says, when we get Thomas Frank afterwards and he doesn't work because we're giving him shit, what then? We can sack him as well and then get someone else in that doesn't work.
Yeah, and that's the exact point. And that's what people are saying, by the way. But people are like, oh, Maresca needs more pressure or he has loser mentality. Bro, he knows if he ain't getting top 4 is up. He's lying. He knows. Bro, Poch got sacked. And even when he was in good form, everything was why he didn't get top 4. And as much as they don't want to say it, that's the objective, bro. And that's the objective of the owners. But the sporting directors are fucking clueless, bro. They need to leave.
Big up to Ilkan once again for the $4.99 super chat. I'll read them back to back because he sent in 2. I don't even know what team is worse than the 2020-2021 UCL winning team. Decent because of forwards or this team.
Wait, you're saying the UCL winning team is decent because of the forwards we had? Are we trolling?
Oh, no. It was good from the back into the midfield.
Let me see this again. Let's see. I don't even know what team is worse than the
Mason Mount was
2021 UCL winning team. That team wasn't that great, but we ended up.
No, but you're telling me that. No, but he's saying that team wasn't that great, but it was decent because of the forwards.
Yeah. I mean, Mason Mount was actually good, I thought. But that's
meaning like I think what he meant to say that it would have been good if we had forwards, but it was decent because of the forwards we had. Okay, so it wasn't good, it was decent. So it was like degraded because of the forwards. I think that's what he means. Yeah. And then Ilkan again with the $4.99 super chat is, imagine if we signed Hansi Flick as a coach last summer.
We're never going to.
And not only that, and even if we did, well, we're gonna give him fuck all as well. Like,
yeah, he wouldn't have a second striker. He would just have Jackson. And he wouldn't. It wouldn't change, would it?
No, bro. I'm telling you, if he came in, none of the signings would have changed. Like Hansi Flick would not have changed any of the signings.
We still have Mudryk, and we still have Madueke, who's not really like there. Should be signed back to back. Who else do we have? Sancho, who's afraid to shoot. We don't have many scores in the team. We just have Cole Palmer and maybe Jackson who can.
I'm not saying that anybody who wants to give smoke to Maresca, you're more than welcome to. But if you're gonna give a smoke for this specific game, that's why I'm gonna be like, okay, what are we talking about? This was on the players today.
What do you guys think about this one? We're going to get Thomas Frank if Maresca leaves / gets axed.
He's getting till the end of the season. Until top 4 is completely out of possibility, he's getting to the end of the season. I don't even know.
Why would they give him a 5-year contract then? Why do they give Enzo Maresca a 5-year? It wouldn't make any sense.
He's getting.
Listen, I know there's a lot of things that don't make sense in this club, but I genuinely feel that Poch wasn't lying last season when he said that the owners didn't ask him to get top 4. Because now you have Maresca saying the same thing. It doesn't make sense to me. So now he's on a 5-year contract. Like, I just genuinely don't understand why. Like, there's no way it's just coincidence that both of them are just saying that.
Wait, Ace Solomon, hold up. Ace Solomon, are you trolling me, by the way? Are you legitimately trolling me, bro? Or are you being serious? I need to know before I respond. Like, are you trolling me on that, or do you not know where our other 2 strikers are?
Wait. Who was the strikers after Nkunku then?
Every striker at the club currently, outside of Ronnie Stutter, who none of you man know is injured.
That's my point. Like, Solomon, I need to know sincerely. Like, who else are we gonna play? Like, there's no other striker.
He's rage baiting you. That's what he's doing.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I asked him. I need to know if he's being serious because there's no way. No, but my thing is this: like, the owners say that, Poch said that, Maresca said that. But with the way that we're sending money, bro, I'm being serious. How are we going to pay for everything, bro? There's nothing left to sell. What are we gonna sell our soul to the devil? Like, that's all we got left. There's nothing else to sell.
We're out here collecting Pokemon cards, dog. Just gotta flip for profit, you know.
I'm not trolling. He literally said last interview. So Palmer false 9, right, and then Nkunku in the 10, which is what we saw in this game, anyways. What are we talking about?
I mean,
Palmer and Nkunku were switching back and forth, anyways. Like, bro, I saw Nkunku pick up the ball from the back line.
He was picking the ball up at DM. That was jokes. That was funny.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and he's telling me, like, why is Nkunku playing? Bro, Palmer and Nkunku to this game played false 9.
They
Both of them did.
There's no real striker. Yeah.
I just despise this team.
So say,
man.
we had 0 strikers.
How long? Yeah, how long was even Margu out? Because I know he did.
He had
We don't
months,
know
bro.
yet.
It's a while, bro.
Really?
Yeah, weeks.
Weeks
that's
or
a
months.
shame.
Weeks or months,
That's
bro.
a shame because he was.
No,
doing
bro.
well.
You saw how far he stretched his leg, bro. It was
Yeah.
bad. It was
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Big
People
up,
play
big up
don't.
Ilkhan once again for the 4.99 super chat. Today's sponsor of the show, Ilkhan, where you can get all your pharmaceutical needs. My opinion, selling Pulisic, Tomori, and Gallagher was a mistake.
No, yes, no, and Tomori wasn't these owners.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
is actually
much.
very true. Tomori was not anything to do with
I don't think
Pulisic
Pulisic does
Pulisic
anything in the
needed
team.
to leave, and Gallagher needed to leave.
He did. Also, you guys got to realize that Gallagher wanted the reason why everything. By the way, we were happy to give him money, but he wanted the
By the
same
way-
amount as Enzo and Caicedo. By the way, like just so you guys know.
On the Gallagher thing, by the way, gonna point out he has either been on the bench or been subbed off in basically every single Atletico game for the
Yeah,
last
sinker
like
hook.
couple
Sinker hook.
months.
Because I saw he's
In the
doing
Madrid derby today, in the Madrid derby, he didn't make the pitch. He was on the bench.
No, they played him a couple of times in the UCL. They realized he was trash, and they've not been playing him since. I'm telling you, bro. But people are gonna tell me he's killing it over there in Atletico. No, he's not. Stop.
Madrid fans talking about how he can't pass.
Yeah, they are, by the way. By the way, you guys, and this is the thing, Scott. By the way, these people who are saying this shit, he's killing it. They don't read Spanish. I am on Spanish Twitter. I'm on Spanish La Liga Twitter. Atletico Madrid fans are like, is this brother ever going to pass forward? That is what they're arguing about. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this is. Thank you for letting me know that nothing has changed with Gallagher.
MH, these are the type of comments that I just try to educate on and just try to like burst this stereotype. The coach is a joke. Chelsea owners see something shiny and buy it. Typical American solution to a problem they don't understand. Cool. So you're saying that Americans, all they do is just buy something they don't understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop
Buy
this,
shiny
because
toys.
FSG is an American-owned club.
Most
They
of
don't
them
buy
is American.
shit. Look at Arsenal, American-owned Cronkies. What are they buying? And is it even them? Is it, Arteta? Like, bro, there's so many arguments you can say to like disclose this. It's not an American problem. It's the fact that we have owners, a consortium, first of all. There's not even one owner. It's a consortium. And on top of it too, this consortium wants to stick with what they want to stick with in terms of how they want to recruit. And that's trickling down to the sporting directors. And then the sporting directors recruiting the players that they're recruiting.
I don't get it anyway because we was gonna get an American owner regardless. It's gonna be the Ricketts who were American. We didn't want because they was gonna be
the Ricketts were the Ricketts American? I thought they were English.
Yeah, they were American. They own.
Yeah, they was American. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like Roman was gone because he had to be gone, and it wasn't going so well with Roman after the last few years. But I mean, he was winning trophies.
Yo, no, but high key, by the way, with the way that everything, all the info's coming out, if Roman stayed, bro, we were getting hit with the most disgusting sanctions this season or next. By the way, we were gonna get, we were gonna get buried underneath the jail with the amount of stuff that we were gonna get called out for.
I'm not saying the owners are like they're not doing a good job right now. They should be sacking those directors. If they don't sack the directors end of the season, it's an absolute embarrassment. They need to, bro.
They need to, bro. There's no saving it.
I get that you make mistakes, but you can correct it by like sacking it and making new directors in charge and fixing Chelsea. But that depends if they do that.
The best, like the craziest part is if you sack these directors, it's not like you're asking the sporting directors to start from zero with nothing. You have decent players that you can build around in this squad, bro.
Yeah, we have a great midfield. Cole Palmer, another great player. We have Kukurea.
Bro, are you 2 seasons behind? Like, do you not know how the club works right now? We are talking about the club with a fat American joke who made himself director of football, then tried to buy Brighton's system. You are the person who needs an education. Bro, Bowley doesn't run the operation.
No, he's gone.
Bowley is quite literally.
Harley now in charge of it.
Yeah, Bowley is quite literally.
By the way, hold on. By the way, your profile picture is hilarious because it says thinking is difficult. That's why some people judge. Yeah, I'm so sorry, bro. You're an idiot. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I know Marshall is too nice to say it. Bro. But if I open my fridge and took the temperature, it might be higher than your IQ, bro. Because this has nothing to do with them being American. You realize American businessmen are some of the most successful people.
I need to steal that. That's a bar,
bro. Like I'm pissed. Like I don't know what to say. Like there's so many things that you can get mad about, in the structure of the club. The owners, bro, not the sporting directors. We're gonna make fun of Boli, who has pretty much been confirmed to do fuck all for so long.
It's Iqbali runs it, dude.
In the consortium, it's Iqbali in the consortium, bro.
Honestly, I'll take back Todd Bowley, man. Give me Todd Bowley. You guys were the big
Bro, let's get Todd B, bro.
Give me Todd Bowley back.
Todd
Bro, let's run it back,
didn't
bro.
know what he was
I
doing.
want that
He would
man,
go
man.
for the
Give me
names
him.
at least.
Bro, I was gonna say, bro, I'd rather
Would've
have
been bad
Ronaldo
too.
and I'd rather have
Give me that
current
Teletubby.
Ronaldo in this team. I didn't rate Ronaldo when we were linked with him. I'd rather
Yeah,
have
but
current
this was gonna be
Ronaldo and
big
current
names.
Neymar in this team. Give me hoops and give me vibes, man.
Give me
Bobby, it's
hoops.
not about
At least
that.
we get
It's just-
vibes, bro.
Bro, at least
Bro,
we get
imagine.
good vibes. Well, Lampard
Just
vibes.
one thing. I just want to point something out. Imagine if our owners were African, and you guys were saying this shit. These African owners. Look at how bad that would sound. It's no different if you change it to American.
By the way, hold up.
That's the point
Let
I'm
me-
pointing out.
don't-
Stop pointing out the nationality. It has nothing to do with the
no,
argument. It's nothing to do with
you
the
don't
fact that
hold up. You do
American-
not. You hold up. Robbie Mont, all respectfully, bro, you do not want to go nationality for nationality, because let me tell you, outside of London, you don't want me to talk about outside of London what the UK standard of living is equates to here in the US. You don't want to talk about it.
I'm
Trust.
living okay.
Trust.
Can I
It's
ask
just
a question?
it's about pointing nationality. It's just
I would-
That's what I'm saying.
I
We don't. That's what I'm saying. There's no
leaning
reason to talk
towards
about
territory you don't want
nationalities,
to lean
bro.
towards.
Exactly.
That's
Let's
just
not
the
do
point.
this.
I would love to ask a question to the people getting at Americans and American owners. I would love to know where you're from, personally. Because if you're English, I would highlight you to what the very English owner of Manchester United is currently doing,
Oh,
and where
he's
they
shit.
are currently
Oh,
in the
yeah.
league. The very English owner of Manchester United, where they're currently sitting
and
in
the very
league.
English
and the very,
government.
sorry. Oh, and sorry, the very
Okay,
English
I'll-
owners of Tottenham, where they are in the league.
Mhm. And the very English government that filtered out and chose who to take over Chelsea. Just pointing that out. Because there was a whole ass, filtration, tier list, whatever you want to call it. And yet, these owners were the ones that came out at the other end. Whether it be because of money, whether it be because of corruption, you tell me. But it's
By the
just,
way,
again,
and this needs to be said, by the way, people are like, oh, it's because they're looking at it the way that American sports is looked at. I need you to understand, Saudi owners, any owners, English owners, everybody is trying to get to the American model. Why? There's a reason that the American model is the biggest sports market in the world. They're trying to move to it. And as much as you guys, and that's saying, like right now, like I saw people complaining they're raising ticket prices. Bro, you don't understand
Everyone
how bad it
is.
is here in America. And the
Everyone
owners,
is
and
raising
it's
I
not
don't wanna
about
get to
nationality.
American
At the end of the
levels
day,
of,
it's all
badness.
about the
No,
money,
thank
bro.
you. It's a joke over America. You pay,
Also,
you pay
yeah, like
thousands for
A.
tickets.
Solomon hit the nail on the head. If you're pissed about these quote unquote American owners blame Roman, he chose them.
There you go.
Yeah, he did. He actually had a choice to choose who,
And
and they
Danny
was,
Roman.
they was actually the best choice out of all the bunch we had. Todd Bowley and Agbar. They were actually the best.
No, I'll be real. There was probably a better choice. Like I'd have.
MH.
Bro, you're
MH.
chatting so much shit. It's just because it says American in front of it, you automatically associate it with shit, and that's what I'm trying to point out. Just because it's American doesn't mean it's dumb. Just because it's American doesn't mean it's Trump. Just because it's American doesn't mean it's bad. Okay, it's just bad in general. Okay, it's like you look at FSG, but you can't make the argument for FSG and how they're doing their business over with Liverpool because it doesn't suit your narrative. It has nothing to do with America. It's just owners in general.
And we derailed.
This
off
man said the
whole
only thing
Chelsea,
we're talking about is money, money, money. Explain to me. Okay, can you explain to me then, right? If you want to talk about, because again, Robbie Man, you hit it on the head. The reason why everything is moving the way it is into the same direction is exactly because of money. And you listen to yourself talking about money, right? Because that's the conversations that you need to have. Why? Let me ask you something. Why did the cup go to? Why did the World Cup happen in the summer in Qatar? Explain that to me. Sporting wise, take away money and explain that to me. Take away money and explain that to me. Sporting wise.
Bro, that is another conversation because look at it's now in Saudi Arabia and they've made it on purpose that it has to go to Saudi Arabia because of the nonsense. Like,
bro, South America, by the way, South America got scammed out of a World Cup because they took our World Cup spot by giving 3 games. We're getting 3 games in the group stages.
RSM, that's why they've done it, by the way. Like,
yeah, 100%. And because our federation are poor cucks, they gave it away.
Yeah, no, because they did that because you're technically hosting a World Cup because of those 3 games in Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay. You can't now host another one for like 2 generations or whatever it is.
Yeah, bro, it's like 2 decades. It's literally 2 decades, bro.
So the one after, not.
I
Is
need
it
to-
the,
I
yeah,
need
the
to
one
find something
after
else.
that
Hold on.
one. Oh no! So that same World Cup, sorry. So it's also happening in Spain, Portugal, and they added Morocco, so that now covers Africa. So the only two federations that can now
Bro,
apply
it's going
for a
straight
World
Europe,
Cup
straight
are
Middle
Asia,
East again.
It's Asia or it's Oceania. No one gives a shit about Australia. No offense
Just-
if you're from Australia. No one gives a shit. So the only place you can go is Asia, who's the biggest country in terms of money and everything, is Saudi Arabia or Qatar. Of course, it's going Saudi.
I'm sorry that you've been lied to your entire life, but seriously, if it's American, it's crap. Listen, at the end of the day, you have your opinion,
mate,
and if you want to believe, real quick, hold on. If you want to believe your stereotypes, believe your stereotypes. As long as you're not saying xenophobic shit in my chat, you're more than welcome to stay. But as long as soon as I see you say something that I deem xenophobic, I'm banning you. Just letting you know right now.
Is he
I'm
banned
gonna
or
slam my? No, I'm gonna slam my
How do I-
dick so hard on the table with the ban hammer that you are going to
Kai
fall
spitting
up your
facts,
ass,
bro.
dude.
Kai spitting
But
facts,
anyways,
bro.
I do need to point out something, MH. You can believe that football is the greatest sport in the world, and I would agree with you. I think football is the greatest sport in the world. It's not the only sport in the world, and your sports are not better than American sports because last I checked, I don't give a fuck about darts, and I don't give a fuck about cricket. The rest of the world barely do. When you look at some of the most popular sports, in the world, a lot of them Americans dominated.
I'd give you
basketball,
NBA. Yeah, NBA. Yeah, I'll give you like
And
that.
listen, no, and 100% agree. And listen, we can unite in our hatred of the sporting directors, bro, and our dislike of the ownership and the way. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have to talk anything about Americans. At the end of the day, like again, these sporting directors need to go. They do not know how to build an effective team, dog. They don't. This team has so many holes in it. This team we keep, and this is my issue, right? Because people are pissed, for example, oh, we're spending money on youth. I don't necessarily care about the money spent on little kids because it doesn't go towards PSR. It's not our money. I don't really care. My issue becomes I know that these motherfuckers are spending weeks searching up these kids instead of looking up additions for our first team. My issue is the time invested in looking for these kids and not the money invested. Like, I know for a fact,
trying to nip it in the bud. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do.
Like, it literally, it pisses me off because I know that, and this is where they need to go, bro. I'm telling you, they're glorified scouts, bro. They need to leave.
Kids.
Yeah, the only reason I bring it up, people, was just because I want to nip it in the butt before it becomes an issue. I don't want to normalize saying, oh, because they're American, it must be shit. Like, that's just not the case. Like, I know right now you look at some cases like AC Milan. American owners took over, and now they've been somewhat on the downhill trajectory. I get
Hang on. American owners overtook AC Milan and they won a league title.
Yep.
Never mind. Never mind.
The downfall of AC Milan correlated with.
I was trying to be reasonable.
A lot of Italian teams like correlates with the downfall of the Serie A, but that's like a whole other story.
No, the correlation of like the reason that AC Milan took a downturn is they sacked Maldini, which was stupid.
Bro, football is a consumer product. Shut up. Oh, okay, I need to stop responding to you. Go ahead.
Bro, when you have morons like this who genuinely like RSM said, when they've got room temperature IQ, like there's nothing you can't teach them. They're morons, and they'll forever be morons. Like they live under rocks, bro. Like, what are you surprised? Why are you surprised? These man eat crayons. Like, why are we? I'm not addressing him. It's his diet is crayons and windows, bro. Like, that's his diet. Like,
that's guys, bro. He said they eat crayons. I'm dead, bro.
He does.
No, and hold up. Bring up Ilkhan's super chat. Yo, thank you for the super chat. But this is a great. This is a point that we need to speak about. By the way, they cannot sell the club legally. They cannot leave. Legally, they cannot leave.
They might be put in jail afterwards.
Roman mandatory made them own the club for how much longer?
I think it was 10 years. It's 10 years total.
It was 10 years. So 10-year prison contract, they say.
Exactly. So if they're here for 10 years, then as much as we want to complain about them, it's useless. We can complain that they should leave, but it's
sorry, that's calling.
Yo, Kai. Kai, chill. Listen, man. Shout out anybody from Pakistan and Bangladesh. Listen, man. Shout out. Y'all are great people, man. Drink Elmer's glue.
Bro, fucking Kai. Just like fight fire with fire, bro.
Yeah, that's true,
bro. Wait, what they can sell to each other? Bullshit. I don't think
they
that's
can't.
how it
No,
works.
the consortium is selling within itself.
Yeah, they can sell shares. Like
within the consortium, they can move around, but like yeah.
Fucking hey, Kai. buyback clause in just in case he didn't.
Yeah, because that's how it works, isn't it? You put buyback clause like this is a transfer. Hey, why am I addressing? Like, why am I addressing it?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I genuinely don't think.
How have we got on? How have we got to this subject? How have we got to this? This is what happens
when we crash out and don't win trophies, bro.
The
thing is though, MH, I don't think the UK government allowed him to negotiate any type of how he wants the deal to work out. He was just the club was just ripped out of Roman's hands, and they were saying, okay,
well, that brother had
you
to
can pick who buys it, but we'll pick where the money goes, which, by the way, UK government still has the money somewhere. And we can pick where it goes. That's essentially how it went down. I don't think Roman had any room to negotiate like, oh, well, if this happens, I want to buy back this percent. Like, no. They just took the whole thing from him, said, fuck you, and then went about their days. Yeah. Wait, the joke is in line. The rest of your messages, man, good lord. Okay, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, back to the game, though. I mean, I was looking at some of the arguments, right? Here is... there's another one here. Firstly, he's a liar. He said both center forwards said they were fine after the last match. They're both injured. He's running Palmer into the ground. His system invert fullbacks, pass, and inshallah. I mean, at the time of immediate reactions, the players probably were fine, said they were fine, and then after scans, turns out the injury is more grave than or after training, when you get adrenaline going, obviously you might say you're fine. Like he's not a doctor.
Wait,
he's not
going
to immediately
straight after the game. I'm guessing. Yeah, that's
straight after the game, he said they told me they were fine.
Yeah, like you said, adrenaline.
So it's not. He's like, listen, he's not necessarily going to be completely honest about everything too.
I mean, I agree with him.
Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
Chris can finish the point now. Okay.
No, I was gonna say I agree with running players like Navy, Cole Palmer to the ground because sometimes he should
even
sub
then,
them
bro. It's just one game a week. Look at Gravenberch.
No, but I feel like you should make changes when you had
Van Dijk, Salah. I know these players are different classes and levels.
I don't want to always play 90 minutes for the sake of 90 minutes though. I do.
Okay, yeah,
I agree. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
May I remind people that no one gave a shit about the system when we were second and we were playing well and everyone was
I know. That's the thing. People were impressed with the system. People were impressed with how we were playing football. They were like, wow, this looks good and doesn't look like
electric.
Chaos.
Yeah.
It's
so organized. Yeah, it's bro.
I get it. Like right now, it looks bad because it seems... If we had to talk about the game, right? Like, I genuinely... 70% of me believes that the performances on the pitch really falls down to the players and they looked like they weren't up for it. They kind of, in my head, I was thinking do these players think that it's okay, we don't really need to try as long as we're doing okay. Yeah, as long as we're doing okay in the Premier League, we should be fine. Who cares? This is just the FA Cup. In my head, I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. But the other 30%, I feel that Brighton kind of just neutralized us completely. Kind of how Liverpool neutralized us again when we played them earlier in the season, because we couldn't get anything off. Nothing was coming off. I don't know if we were being double man marked on the wings, but just nothing was coming off. And you guys said it earlier, and this is again I don't know if this is a Maresca tactic or the players going on individuality here, but there was a point where Caicedo was finding the runs in behind, and Nkunku was running in behind. That's how we had the chance where he just chips it over to Palmer, and Palmer instead of taking a shot, that's where you had Palmer get his back get hit with
KDH
the ball.
as well.
KDH as well.
And there was another one right outside the box. Right outside the box as well. There was another one where we popped it over to Gusto as well.
But I was surprised we didn't persist with that. And that tells me, is that a manager thing that he's telling them not to persist with that? Or, I don't know. This is where, it's kind of neither here nor there.
But that's the issue. When you see, they gave Caicedo so much time on the ball. And it was only after Caicedo was on the ball for 5 seconds that they finally decided to make runs. Instead of as soon as he gets the ball, make the run.
Sanchez, Jackson, Nani, and his weak mentality. Rest of the team blame is on the SDs. I mean,
so again, outside of Sanchez, who I agree with, Sanchez, I agree. He's now been dropped. He's the cup keeper. Who the fuck do you want to play instead of Jackson? And Nani doesn't start now. Most of the time, it's him or Neto.
I mean, he rotates him in when it's not going well.
And neither of them really perform. on a.
He's also started
basis.
to do early subs, by the way. He started to sub very early now in the past
Last
2-3
game,
games.
West Ham, I mean, and then today he
Yep.
did make early changes.
I just saw your comment in the background real quick. Let me see if I can get this comment up.
I don't care. Like, the thing's gone now. I was just gonna crash it on a Gallagher stand, but it's gone now.
Oh, okay.
I had to argue with a Gallagher stand in the comments of my channel the other day. Yeah, they're so
That's what
Gallagher
I'm in the
stands.
chat for.
No, you know, that's one of the worst things that I said the other way yesterday, because when you look at the stats, by the way, of the Forest game, bro, Forest had like 34% possession. You know why? Because they're like, bro, we got Chris Wood, we got killers up front. That's all we need. We just need a couple chances, and we'll be defensively resolute.
He's not starting.
Will start the next game.
He won't start the next game.
He won't.
I doubt it.
If he
Yeah,
started,
also remember what? Also, by the way, remember what Maresca said? Like, when you start playing it long is when you're dead to me. How many times did he play long directly to the other keeper?
Oh no, that doesn't matter. He's done that for the rest of the season. Why would he start the cup game when Jorgensen was playing every cup game prior to this? If he's then playing the league game as well, make sense.
I'd be more worried if Jorgensen played today.
Wait, hold up. Is that true from Daniel? Is that an actual statistic? Because that's crazy.
Where do you see the statistics from Daniel? I don't see
We
Daniel's
haven't
comment.
won an away game for 2.5 months.
Yeah, that's true. I think
That's
wow.
awful, bro.
That is pretty bad.
It sounds about right.
Oh my god, bro. No, that's bad.
If the mentality is just do well in the league and we're good, this is a major red flag on the likes of Nkunku and Gusto, who should try to break into the PL team based on these very cup starts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't get.
Like, I don't
like,
know.
Gusto,
I don't want to believe that, but
like, Gusto, I think both of those guys different. I think the thing with Gusto is you can tell that like he cares and he is trying, but for me it's not a mentality thing with him necessarily. It comes like he's just having a terrible season. Like he's just having a bad season. It's not that he's not good enough. We saw it last season. He is good enough to play in this team. It's just in this system, he's not working. He's just not playing well. With Nkunku, it's a mentality thing. He just doesn't care. Like you can see, he doesn't care. He's got one foot out the door. Like if things aren't going his way, he like gives up so easily.
He knows he has a parachute in Bayern, bro. He knows he has a parachute.
Ridiculous. We have these problems. Once again, Ilkan, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Ilkan, today's sponsor of Casually FC. We have these problems: kids, bad owners, bad directors, bad signings, mediocre coach, and no mentality.
Okay.
See, the thing is, like,
But see, the things that we focus that we can change, right, is the most top-down thing that we can change is the directors, because the owners, even if you don't like them, love them, like them, whatever you feel about them, they're not going anywhere for 7 years. So directly under them is we can put pressure on the sporting directors to get sacked. That's the next best thing we can do. Because again, I think with these crop of players, you can be doing more than what we're getting if you put the right pieces around them, but we're not. The planning is awful. The squad building is poor.
See, like, I also have a hard time crashing on Maresca because when you see, I said this earlier, I said this during the transfer window, which is why, like, when people say that we weakened in the transfer window, I don't really believe that notion.
We definitely
Maybe we weakened in the sense like we got rid of the wrong players. Like, I don't think getting rid of Felix was the solution, but if we got rid of Nkunku, no one would have said we weakened in the attack. So
no, we would we would have weakened in the attack if we got rid of Nkunku and didn't replace him. Like that's the issue. Like us getting rid of Felix is jokes. Not because of like we should have got rid of someone else, even though we should have got rid of Nkunku. It's jokes because you bought him and 6 months later loaned him out. That's even the Vega thing. Us loaning out Vega's not an issue. It's become an issue because we didn't replace him. That's the thing. You can get rid of players. Getting rid of players is not an issue. Like that's not a problem. If you don't replace their position in the squad, that's the issue. I don't care that we got rid. Like loading out Felix kind of sucks because we don't really have a Palmer backup because Nkunku isn't good enough. But we got rid of Felix and then got rid of Carney, and now we have no 10s and we have no strikers. So that's why it made it worse. You got rid of players and then didn't replace them. So our team is now worse. Our team is now worse than it was when we entered the window because we have less players in the team.
Okay, Sean Newlands and EPL Surf, I'm going to address this once again. You can be pissed at the owners. We can cry. We can whine. We can do whatever we want. They are here for 7 years. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put my energy towards most effective and will ask for the sporting directors to get sacked because they can actually leave. That's it. Even if the owners think they're doing a great job, it doesn't matter, bro. We have to do enough uproar. We have to be pissed enough to tell them the sporting directors need to go.
Also, my issue with the owners is the model, but you can still have the model we're having and have some level of success if you buy best in class. Like if we were going for this young model that they're doing, the 19 to 24-year-olds, whatever it is, but you were buying the like I'm not saying these players specifically, but players of these level, your Kubasis, your Miles, Vinny's, Rodrigos, and Mbappe's. If you were buying that level, no one cares. If we were buying the Neymars of the world when he's at Santos, which is what we think, like, is what we hope Esteban becomes, or you're buying more Caicedos, right, or in other positions, players of that level, that's fine. When we're buying shit, like when we're buying a Mugu, when we're buying Cassidy, when we're buying who else have we bought? I'm trying to think. Hiu, no disrespect to any of these players I'm mentioning. When we're buying Madueke,
who's that kid from Villa that we bought on that PSR thing?
Yeah, when we're buying these level of players, this is not the best in class at any age, so it doesn't matter. That's the issue. Like, I have issues with the model, but even with the model as bad as it is, they're somehow fucking up the model as well. Like the fact that, for example, right?
Manager in real life.
No, but we're not though, because
in a sense we are.
We're not though, because we're not buying wonder kids. Because your Brentfords and Bournemouths and Brightons are buying wonder kids.
Hey, what about the Ecuadorian kid or the Brazilian kid?
Or players no one cares about anymore. They call it interest. I'm saying the
I get what you mean there.
Brentford, really, for example, Brentford are playing Football Manager. They went and bought the best young right back on Football Manager on the last day of the window. Like, they went and bought that guy.
I think it is kind of hard to buy wonder kids though now these days. I feel like football has dropped off though.
How do Bayern manage it all the fucking time? How do Real Madrid manage it all the fucking time? Because they buy the best in class. When Real Madrid needed a midfielder, when they needed to fix their midfield, they went and bought Bellingham, they went and bought Camavinga, and they went and bought Tchouaméni.
Ilkan for the 499 super chat once again. Sponsor.
When they needed a centre back,
Casually FC.
When they needed a centre back, they went and bought Eder Militao. Like, it's not rocket science.
Ilkan wanted to ask here, what if there's no genuine competent directors? That's the problem, isn't it? Just
no, there is.
I'm pretty sure there is, and like, even if there isn't, I want these guys gone regardless at this point. They've had enough time.
Well, that's the definition of madness, right? Are we gonna keep doing the same thing and then expecting different results? Unfortunately, at this point in time, the threat of the unknown is not enough to scare us away from wanting the directors out.
Can I just put this all out here? Because this is, I've been thinking about this, and I feel like this is the trajectory that it's gonna go until it gets better. Or this is one of the trajectories I was thinking of. Hypothetical FC, ladies and gents. I feel like it's going to get to a point where any director that comes in, it's going to remain the same model, right? Eventually, Boldy will have the funds to buy out the remaining shares of Clear Lake Capital. I think there will come a point where Clear Lake Capital make enough money back in return of their investment where they're content selling. And then Boley will then be in charge, sole head in charge, and eventually maybe we get a competent director, or just one director, I would say. That it could go that. This is the thing. Like I feel like this isn't gonna change for a long time.
No problem is as well.
It might do.
Because I think a big part of the issue is the fact that it's a consortium. We're owned by a consortium, not just Todd Bowley.
Yeah, we haven't got luxury just being owned by one guy like Roman.
And as well, by the way, when you're saying
that's a rare luxury as well to have. Most clubs are run by a whole like big corporate of like owners and all that.
And like you said, by the way, when you're like they're gonna make enough money, even more reason for us to desperately need to get UCL, bro. Because that UCL Jordan deal gonna hit the bank account different for them, bro. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, then everybody better pray we get the UCL, because listen, like I said, maybe then there's an opportunity, that we only see Bowley, right? That we might get new sporting directors in, that the model might change. But that again, all these possibilities only open up if we end up top 4.
Yeah.
It's crazy because
two things. Number one, Marshall's right. It has to. We have to have one. I don't know this. I don't know why this idea of 2 sporting directors came out. Like, what?
It sounded fine at first. I thought maybe it'd be easier, but it just seems like more of a mess.
I mean, logically, it makes sense in the sense like if it works the way, like Scott, if it works the way we all think it works, where it's like Lawrence Stewart is in charge of outgoings and Paul is in charge of incomings.
No, that's dumb.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, what if you just had one director, and then you hire people who are in charge of negotiating outgoings and hire someone who's in charge of negotiating incomings, and that director picks the incomings and outgoings.
No, sorry, like that's stupid because no other club works like that, because you shouldn't have to. Like at Manchester City, it was Cheeky handled everything. It was Cheeky. If he needed support, he got it from Pep. It's now going to be Hugo Viana. At Atletico Madrid before he left, it was Andrea, whatever the fuck his name is, I keep forgetting his last name. That's how it worked. At Newcastle, until we left, it was Dan Ashworth. That was who it was. At Brighton, it was Carl McCauley and then Sam Jewell, until both of them left. At whoever, that's how it works. At Aston Villa, it's Monchi. Like, that's how it works.
Yeah.
This is not how it works at any club in world football ever. Even, by the way, even... I thought that was MH. I apologize. I was about to cuss you. Even like, I know he's saying it's a joke. M3 is about saying it's a joke. Even clubs in MLS don't work like this.
Yep. I mean, like nobody does. And you want to know what the worst part is, though? The worst part is, though, if go ahead.
I was just say, even like I'm gonna take just because I know I'm gonna just take a random club. I'm gonna take the Columbus Crew. Right? They had a sport, and they'll have a chief soccer officer normally. Oh, I said a bad word. They had Tim Bezpachenko. Under him, they might have like assistants, but he was the guy who ran it. Like, so he was, and when he left, one of his assistants took the job. That's how it works. When a spot comes open in MLS, they don't fill it with like 12 people. They fill it with one because he runs the thing. He's called the chief soccer officer or the director of football or the technical director or the GM or whatever. He's the one who runs it.
Yeah. It's just... I'm happy there's a structure. I don't mind the structure. Just hire... Because that's the part where like I struggle to... Obviously, listen, by the end of this window, even if we make top 4, I do want these directors to go. Like it's been such a headache. The negotiations have not gone as well as you would have wanted them to go. And that's been like my biggest gripe with these directors, right? Is the negotiations. You're either paying overs or you're taking forever to negotiate on these players that you need for your A team. And then on top of it, the whole recruiting of the youngsters, sure, that could be something that the owners are asking of you, right? And maybe you can't always get the starlet, but you can get someone who could potentially be that, someone that no one else is scouting. Like that's where, because I remember, Scott, and I know you mentioned this part, but I remember like not too long ago when we were looking at the Lukaku transfer window, we were saying how like that's not scouting. Going for like the top player that everyone else is going for, that's not scouting. We lacked scouting very badly under Roman, and now we're in the direction where we're the complete opposite. We're like, all we're doing is scouting, and we're not getting any players that are proven, or like, maybe there's not as much of a market for this player, but he could serve this team. It's a lot.
I disagree with you slightly on the thing of like the no scouting. The scouting happens at every level. Even if you go and look at the best player, like going and looking at Lukaku, we didn't scout Lukaku, not because he was the best player at striker and one of the best strikers in the world. It was because you have to still scout those players to see if they fit your team. That's what you scout. You don't scout their ability. You know their ability. You scout them to see if they fit in the style of play you're playing. That's
like,
what you scout.
You would agree that like under Roman, towards the end of Roman's reign, it kind of got to a point where it seemed like our scouting was just going for whatever everyone else is going for.
It was the big name, bro.
No, the scouting was shit, but that's because our chief scout was a waste of space. I think he came from like Lincoln or something. It was terrible. He was terrible.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, no, we weren't doing scouting, not because we were going for the big name all the time. It was because we weren't going for players that were fixing something. We would be going for Saul, or we went and signed Lukaku for a system that didn't exist.
We weren't fitting a
exactly, Jason Rice.
The thing is, they were doing some decent scouting on certain players and then just didn't get those players. They scouted Tchouaméni and then didn't buy Tchouaméni.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah,
but by the way, this is the thing, Marshall. If you're correct, because it just popped in my mind. If you are correct, right, and the way that it works is one is ingoings, one is out, one is incomings, one is outgoings, and that completely explains these type of shit windows and shit team building that we have. Because if it was one person, they would be like, if somebody comes up with an offer, hey, I'm interested for this person alone. One person would be like, I'm looking at the team. There's no shot I can get anybody in to replace them. They're not leaving. They would just reject the offer. But because they got two separate dickheads doing two different things that are important, one of them is like, oh yeah, of course, this is a great offer. This person can go. And then the incoming guy is like, well, I'm not doing jack shit. And because neither of them are worried about what the team looks like at the end of the incomings and outgoings, we end up with what we end up with. Because there's no person overarching looking at what the team looks like at the end of the incomings and outgoings. It actually perfectly explains why we are in the situation that we are in. There is not one person looking over the whole situation.
Overseeing
it's two people making independent decisions, and then neither of them are taking a step back to look at the larger picture. They're just dealing with whatever is their duty.
They did scout some good talents. I'll give you that, DI, but a lot of it was also James Shields. So if we got to be real about it, a lot of it was Shields. Who's
I'll be real. Most of the great talent, like,
is the Joe Shield connect, bro.
It's Joe Shields, like the ones. Yeah, I don't know. The great talent they've scouted has been Caicedo and Enzo, who like people knew of. So it's hard to say they really scouted them that much. And then it's Palmer was Joe Shields, Lavia was Joe Shields. Esteval's the only real one, and we don't know who was involved in that. Gusto, I would say, is up there. I'd say even though he's having a bad season, Gusto is up there. I want to know who's responsible for that. It's probably It's probably Stuart with his French connections. And yet, this is why for me, and I've said from the beginning, yes, that both sport directors need to be sacked, but the biggest criminal, the biggest waste of space dude in our thing is Win Stanley. What the fuck does he do? What the fuck does he do and bring to this? Nothing. He has brought nothing. I'm not surprised.
Initials, PWS.
Great, fantastic, big up to him. I'm not surprised, by the way, that he's the one that does nothing in this team, because he's the only one of these guys that we hired that had never done this job before. At least Stuart, he's bad. At least he had some experience being like a sporting director of football, whatever. When Stanley had never been in this position, and we
at least you could lie to yourself and say that maybe he had some background.
You gave the keys to a Ferrari to a guy who just passed his test a week ago.
By the way, Sean, to this comment, right? I've been having it up here for a minute because I wanted to address it. Harsh truth, Marshall. We kind of stuck with this. That's largely in part as to why you won't see me bitch and moan constantly about the ownership and the ownership mostly, because like there's nothing I can do to change that. And I did state already, like if you literally want to stand on business and you're against everything that's going on at the club and you want these owners out or whatever, obviously you can't force them out. But what you can do is you can stop giving money towards Chelsea, because you hurt them at their pockets. So that means stop buying the streaming services. There's other ways to stream it. I'm not going to tell you how. Stop buying the streaming services. Stop buying the shirts from the Chelsea marketplace. Like, stop giving money or putting money into the club and hurt their pockets. And that's how you get some type of revolt, or even like protests, protests at the stadium. But every time I mention that, the biggest ones that it's funny how like the biggest names and the biggest figureheads out there in the social media space, they're the ones that advocate for protesting and stuff, but they're not the ones leading it or even going out there and protesting themselves.
Bro, the person that we see most often as Chelsea rep on traditional media is fucking Rory Jennings, bro. Like we gotta give it up at some point, bro. And then we got the fans who we want to protest sniffing Enzo shorts. Like it's cooked, bro.
That's weird. That is weird. That is very
like, what do you want me to say, bro?
This
is telling you, it's so cooked. Like, at some point, the only hope we have is that the players find shame and get results on the pitch, because nothing else will be done for them.
but here's the thing, right? Like Sean, again, and like I said, I personally am not gonna waste energy constantly bitching and moaning about the ownership because nothing is going to change. So what do? I try to make the best of what I have, because that's kind of how I was raised here in the States. You kind of like, listen, the States aren't great. There's a lot of bullshit in the States. RSM can attest to it. A lot of bullshit. But at the end of the day, you kind of got to make do with what you got, and you make the best of it. It's just how I approach Chelsea as well. But because I do that, then I'm seen as someone who supports bully and all this shit. Like, I don't. I just try to make the best of the situation. And I try to come up with ideas and how it works and try to make sense of all this stuff. Imagine if we had owners who knew what they were doing and ambitious to achieve and win things. The main problem, when are fans going to get it? That's the thing. Do you guys think that the owners actually care about winning, or do they care about making a successful business model that makes them money?
Definitely believe they
both
care
of those
about
go hand in hand. I don't think people understand this, so I have to explain it to them again. Both of those go hand in hand. You, as a football club, unless you are one of the biggest clubs in the world, you every football club in world football, pretty much, outside of a select few, lose money on a yearly basis. For you to consistently make money and make a profit and like do well, and in a football club, you personally, the club has to win or get to a level where they are so big in world football, like United. United, all they really have to do is finish top 4 or top 6 every year.
Yeah, and they're good.
Their player sales, the size of their stadium, like in terms of match day revenue, their shirt sales around the world, because they're the biggest. Because they're the biggest club in the world, or at least English club, like they can make money on a scale that we cannot. We can't, because they are bigger than us. So they can afford to finish 6th or 4th every year, because it makes the money. We can't afford to do that. So for us to make money, to make them a profit, we have to be good and win. Otherwise, they don't make a profit.
Bro, them TV deals we need them, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Facts.
I think they're. Yep.
But
like we need the sponsorships that are going to make us money. Which to do that, we need to be in the Champions League. Which to sell these players, by the way, for these players to be sold for a profit, we either need to buy them really cheap, which we are doing, or they need to perform, so then we make money on them. We had a conversation in the Discord today about Disasi. For Disasi, so for us to make a profit on him, fuck book-sponsored book nonsense, to make a profit on what we bought him for, we need to sell him for more than 40 million euros. For him to do that, he'd have to be the reason Villa get Champions League, single-handedly.
He will be.
Which, if that happens, is jokes, by the way. But that's not happening. So for us to sell him at a profit, he has to perform to a level that is impossible for him to hit while playing in the Premier League, unless he goes to Manchester City or Liverpool, which he is never doing.
But
that's what I'm saying. For us to make money, we have to do well.
So here's the thing, though.
We don't got Beyonce concerts to fall back on, guys.
That is very true, actually. That's very, very true.
We literally don't.
Talking about stadium, we don't have a big stadium either.
Because
that's
here's
what I'm
the
talking
thing,
about.
like,
we got the Beyonce concerts at the Bridge.
I obviously don't know, because I'm speaking from ignorance when it comes to the incomings or how Chelsea can make incomings from this whole situation, right? One thing I will say, what Scott said about the front of shirt sponsorship, we don't necessarily need to be in Europe for a front of shirt sponsorship. We need to be in Europe to get the Jordan deal, but we don't necessarily.
We need it. Okay, let me rephrase that. To get a.
No, but I'm just clarifying because I know you know. I know you know, and I know.
No, it was more. It wasn't about Jordan. It was to get a front of shirt sponsorship that pays us enough.
Yeah.
Like, we can get a front of shirt sponsorship. We did with Infinite Athlete. We got like 20 mil. That's nothing.
Waiting to get like
that's not enough for us to get
deal.
For us to get the 60-70 million pound sponsor deals, which is what we want to make real money.
We're holding out on.
Which we need, by the way. We need that 70 mil sponsor shirt sponsor to help us run are like to help us spend money on the squad and to like improve the behind the scenes stuff and everything like that. We need that money to get that shirt front shirt sponsor. We need to be in the Champions League. So again, we have to be good. This is where like, and this is why I don't think people understand. We have for us. For other clubs is different. Some other clubs is different. For us, especially because the money we're spending, that like these things go hand in hand. So if these owners go about things of like, oh, we don't care about winning, then you're not fucking making money. You're not going to make money.
Yep. You're just gonna keep losing money.
Do you guys think that there is a possibility that there is a world where they can potentially see a way to make money off of Chelsea despite not being in Champions League and the success?
No.
If they were going
to
do
Arsenal
that,
in a sense.
No, they could.
Arsenal get top 4 though. We don't.
No.
The difference with Arsenal and the reason why Arsenal make money, they don't spend money. So they don't have to, it doesn't matter. But I would understand that, Marshall, and I would understand the argument if these owners came in and hadn't spent a penny. They came in and have spent over £1 billion.
It's $2 billion at this point. Let's just be honest.
It is $2 billion.
Who in their right mind? Who in their right mind, as an ownership group, comes in, spends over £1 billion, and then goes, yeah, but we don't want to be successful. We want to make a profit. Then why the fuck did you spend £1 billion over £1 billion?
Because they gave £1 billion clowns to the Chuckle Fuck brothers, bro. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense. They would just not. They would have bought us, not paid, like not really put any money into the club, and just sold players. Just constantly done that.
I think. By the way, Vader, I think Chelsea were like it was one other club. It was Chelsea and one other club that supported City for that, and that's about it.
What's the APT rule?
I forget, but I remember I read about it. And it was like Chelsea, one other club, and City. That's it. Those were the only ones that were up to fight.
I think it was like something to do with the sponsorship discretion or something like that. Vader, you can remind me in the chat, please, if you remember. Yeah. But yeah, it was something that we voted on. Like, I'm worried that because I in my head, I'm thinking like logically, if we succeed on the pitch and we get top 4 and we win these trophies and stuff, that, you know, we then gain more money from prize sponsorship. I mean, we're going to gain money from being in the Club World Cup at the end of the summer, you know, like that could be something also that is maybe why if it's true that the ownership told Maresca, hey, or directors told Maresca, hey, don't worry about top 4. You don't have to make top 4, but next season we want to challenge. Maybe it has something to do with the Club World Cup because, hey, you don't have to make top 4 because we got the Club World Cup. We're making money off of that. But next season, we're not going to have that. We need you to make top 4.
Bro, but that shit is cap, bro.
That's never so point, but
that's
like,
cap, bro.
Yeah, because wasn't Poch, he didn't have to get top 4 apparently. We didn't have Club World Cup.
Yeah, he got,
that's what I'm saying.
Not only that, Poch got sacked. Poch not only got sacked, he got sacked after ostensibly getting the position that would get him Europe. It was just like.
Poch got sacked because he talked shit.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's just be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying because
imagine he didn't talk shit, Marshall, and he wouldn't manage America.
Marshall, that's exactly my point because if when you look at what Poch actually did at the end of the season, he ended up in European places. Obviously, we lost that because United.
Yeah.
He was actually on a good run of form at the end of the season. He still got sacked. So you have to look at, okay, then what might have been the reasons that superseded that fact?
Well,
I think
it seemed like it looked like not getting top 4 because that's what we thought. Not getting top 4, you get sacked. But I don't think that's the case because both managers now said we're not looking to get top 4 this season or whatever. Next season.
Okay, but this time, bro, it has to be. Bro, we've sold too many things to ourselves for me to honestly believe that we have enough money to start making more billion-dollar moves, bro. I'm gonna be so real with you.
Yeah, but Vader, what was the case exactly? What was the vote for or against? That I don't remember what exactly.
Prime. I'm gonna be real with you. I've
Chelsea
seen our group
for or against.
If we get favorable draws, we can make it pretty far.
No. I was gonna say like we will get out of the group stage because we are playing.
Yeah, we'll get out of the group stage.
We're playing Tunis. We'll beat them. Playing Flamengo. I don't know how they started this season, and we're playing Club Leon, who I think have started the Liga MX this season quite badly.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, Club Leon, we're gonna be playing against James Rodriguez. That's gonna be jokes.
No, I was gonna say, bro, Club Leon, no, there's no world, and Flamengo are full of old men.
So I lied. They've started the club.
Flamengo,
quite good.
Flamengo are literally like pensioners, bro. Like their team is all old guys. So
yeah, so like we'll be fine in the group, It's when we get out of the group. Like the
I'm
moment
saying
we
if we get favorable draws, then I could see us actually making money and going far enough. But if we get like a Madrid or something, it's cooked, son.
I'm gonna be so honest. Let me Club World Cup. Let me check who. Like, I'm not even saying like a Madrid, bro. Like, depending on
Flamengo is definitely the unction, bro. 100%.
Bro, like, hang on, let me see who's in this, bro. There's a world. Yeah, actually, I think there is. There is a world I could genuinely see like a Botafogo or a Palmeiras give us a game.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to tell me there is a world. The world exists. It's this
the world
we currently
exists,
live in it. We currently live in it.
Like,
we currently live in it.
I've just seen. Can you? We could play Al Hilal, and I have to watch Koulibaly put our attack in an absolute split. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. If that happens, I'll kill myself. I will genuinely like commit. If I watch the guy I crashed it on for an entire season, then put our attack in a spliff, it's over. It's over,
bro. Okay, yeah, hold up. I'm bro. Okay, let's see this. Because I think, yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this Flamengo defense, bro. These brothers got, yeah, they got 33-year-olds, 34-year-olds, 35-year-olds, bro. Palmeiras, yeah, Palmeiras are good. That's what I'm saying. Bro, I'm telling you, when Esteval kicks us at the Club World Cup, bro, we'll be there, bro.
Bro, they got Danilo. I didn't realize he'd gone there.
I told you, bro. I told you, it's the unction, son. It's the unction. I'm not worried about Flamengo, bro.
These man are, bro. They've got old school Juve. They got Danilo and Sandro.
Bro, I told you, they got old heads. Bro, these motherfuckers got.
They gotta cook our young boys there. They gotta cook them.
Hey yo. Yeah.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Nah, but real talk, like I do, bro. I'm telling you, like I don't care what Maresca tells me. I'm so sorry, bro. I know that we need money bad, bro. Because we have too many deals hanging in the air for them to be okay with us going an entire other year. Bro, I'm so sorry. Jordan are not cucks. They're not gonna keep waiting another year for Chelsea, bro.
I'm surprised they waited this long. We're
only, bro. The only reason they're waiting this long is because Spurs fucking suck dick. That's it.
That's the only reason. Is because the only other option for them is Spurs right now. If another club like gets like, say for example, I don't know, a Bayern Munich, all of a sudden there's something there potentially.
No. They want a Prem team, bro. That's the thing. This is our last shot. That's it.
That's okay. Let's say Prem team. Okay, let's say Villa.
No, I could see. I could maybe see Villa. Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Jordan.
God damn it.
Thank you, Jordan.
Oh my god.
It's sticky one, but like. Also on the money thing, like it all depends on what the new PSR thing is. Like it all depends because we're out here selling hotels to ourselves to pass PSR.
Bro, we're trying to sell the women's team to ourselves, bro. It's not good.
It's nuts.
They sell us the women's team?
We're trying to. I think we literally tried to sell ourselves the women's team. What? Legit. I'm telling you, bro, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, bro.
They're worth nothing like that, though. No offense, like they're not worth a lot. Like these.
It doesn't matter, bro, because
any money is good money.
Exactly, bro. I'm telling you.
Where's the pure profit women? Yeah, where are they at? When you sell them, 500k, 200k.
Hey, we can't sell women, Chris. That's
okay.
I don't know if that's allowed.
It's not.
Fucking hell.
No, but I'm telling you, bro. Like, there's too many deals. Like, again, no. The biggest hints for me is we're waiting on Jordan, no front of shirt, which means that they want to negotiate these deals once we do get UCL football. And then they want to lock them in to like 4 or 5 year deals with us. So that even if our form dips, it doesn't matter. They can't leave.
Don't laugh, you cry, ladies and gents.
Hey, am I wrong? Hey, would you be surprised if you saw a Chelsea OnlyFans account open up in the summer?
Wait. Maybe Ben Chilwell's got a job for him. Maybe he doesn't.
Ben Chilwell. It's time for Ben Chilwell to step up for the club one last time.
Booty a shield. Oh my god. Like, oh my god. This is crazy. This is what Chelsea's come down to, bro.
No, I'm telling you, Marshall, I am telling you, by the way, no matter how bad today has been, I swear to you, I promise you, if we take another L to Brighton, it's over for the rest of the season. It's over. The team is getting booed for the rest of the season.
Bro, I literally went on Twitter, clicked absolute Chelsea, and that's all I've seen. I do not want to go on Twitter today. I swear. I already saw before the game. Who said it? Who was it? Oh, Darko said if Enzo loses today, he has to be sacked. And I was like, okay, well.
Bro, I've just seen RSM. We've got literally, so we faced Brighton on Friday, yeah? We've then got Villa away after that.
Yeah, no, it's...
Marshall, I told you?
Sassy can't play this one.
Oh, wow. Joy. Like, bro...
If Villa put us in a split.
No, EPL, if you're incorrect. EPL, if you're incorrect, our parent club is Strasbourg, who we give our most important pieces to, bro. By the way, I just saw a stat that like Petrovic has one of the best, is one of, I think, if not the best passers in terms of keepers in the whole league. Like, bro,
that's for like 2-3
the whole season.
Bro, that's jokes, bro. Like, come on.
You could have done this for Enzo.
That's why, like RSM, I was saying, like, I almost rather not even recall Santos. If we're gonna recall anyone, just call Petrovic.
I would.
After Wolves, I said that.
I would love
I've just had a look. Depending on who are Villa playing at the weekend?
That's a good question. Let me look it up.
Someone search up.
Okay, I just saw somebody at the game with a shirt that says #free Sam Kerr. So that's where we're at right now with the striker situation. By
Tottenham.
The way, guys.
They play Tottenham tomorrow.
That's a win. That's a win. No, who do they play? Who they next play in the league? Sorry.
In the league, they play Ipswich. That's a win.
Oh, that's a win. So if we lose against Brighton, and then Villa beat us, they go level on points with us.
Yep. Cool.
Maybe.
And no, but they go level on points with us. But who passes us realistically? Because
potentially Bournemouth, potentially Newcastle, and potentially City.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
I have to.
It's fun times right now for us in the Prem.
Oh, it's good times.
I mean, it all depends if we have a striker though.
Enzo Maresca on what is a good season now. For me, a good season is seeing the team improving game after game, go through bad moments, difficulty. It is the only way this club can compete for something important. We can now be focused on the Premier League and conference and hopefully finish in the right way. Well, I don't disagree with that, but there's part of you guys because.
Does anybody sincerely expect them to go to the media and just like crash it on the players like we?
No, obviously not. But I think I was gonna ask you guys. Do you? There's part of me thinks this. Does part of you guys think that he kind of did the Arteta thing where he kind of just doesn't put importance on the cups?
No, I don't think so. Because I think he did that in the first one in the Newcastle. I think
they care about one for sure.
Yeah, he rotated too much. I think this one he didn't. There was more rotation he could have done, and he didn't. He could have started George, could have started Achimpong, could have even started one of Anselmino or Amugu.
If you do that, the media will hate you for the rest of the time you're in the.
Yeah, he could have done that, but he didn't. Yeah, he could have done that, but he didn't. I think the thing about it is I'm trying not to get pissed off with his comments because I think he it got to a point where he just says shit. He just
talking shit, bro.
He has no filter. He
literally said we believe in Sanchez and then benched his ass the next week. We just can't
I just felt like he's been benched.
So it's
the reason why people come to see football games is players like Felix and Cole. Felix doesn't touch the pitch for 5 weeks in a row. Come on.
I think the comments that he said, everything I've seen, the whole thing about one positive, the comment I saw or the quote that was one positive week after this game. If I can take one positive from this feat, we can now focus on the league and the Conference League. They're stupid comments. I'd like to see the whole quote and actually see the video or the
The videos usually put it a lot more.
Sometimes it can be taken out of context in these quotes. But ultimately, even if he did say that and it's word for word, it's I can't be bothered to get annoyed at him when his quotes anymore. He's gonna say stupid shit. I'll just keep getting annoyed. I'm already getting annoyed at Chelsea with everything else. I can't be bothered.
Big up Ilkon, sponsor of today's Casually FC stream for all your pharmaceutical needs. $9.99 super chat. Isn't it funny that clubs without owners like Barcelona or Real Madrid don't have owners but presidents, and they are not in footballing struggle like us, and they have big problems currently?
Barca broke.
Hey, Barca. Have we not been looking at Barcelona in the last few years? Struggle.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
I agree with Real Madrid. Yeah, Real Madrid are fine, but Barca.
No, but he's saying they're not in a footballing struggle like on the pitch. But aside from that, he said that they do have big problems. Real Madrid,
I think Barcelona will, man. They
But Barcelona 100% like are in financial issues, bro.
Keep
Like, they're out here pleading to government entities to allow them to sign their players, bro. Like they are. But Real Madrid, I don't see where Real Madrid are struggling. I'm gonna be with you.
I won't argue with that.
I think they're just dealing with Ancelotti kind of not doing what he needs to do now as a coach and player cohesion and defensive injuries.
Yeah, which their recruitment hasn't gotten them any defensive backup, but you know, you won't hear
no, again, like
about that.
Vic, don't get me started on the stadium, bro. I already said my piece last stream about the stadium, bro. Like you already know what I think of the Chelsea pitch owners, bro, and the people who are not going to protest at the bridge. So
yeah, exactly.
They have a right.
I feel like Real Madrid are one of these days something's going to happen and Real Madrid are going to collapse.
Biggest club in the world.
You don't think it's too sus, man?
No,
bro, they're good, bro. If they collapse, you know what that means? That means the country of Spain is collapsed. There you go, because they're literally owned by like the royalty. You tell me those connections don't still exist, bro? You're kidding yourself.
I feel like
I don't know how Barcelona survived, but
I feel like all it takes RSM is one board member to pass away, and then the leaks come out and Real Madrid exposed. And
exactly, Real Madrid are literally backed by the Spanish royal family, son. Like it's not happening.
Yeah. We can't.
Look how much you're spending, man.
Can the UK royal family take us?
The UK royal family, bro. These motherfuckers are.
Bro, imagine if the UK royal family own Chelsea, bro.
They wouldn't give a fuck about
it. We'd be in championship, dog.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. We better be league.
Proper Brexit ball, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay. Do you think Maresca realized winning is not the important thing here? It's not. Same Chelsea and expectations not the same. Yeah, I don't know.
It feels like a Q&A today. Like a
I'm gonna tell you.
It is, Chris, because honestly, I said in the beginning of the stream, I don't even know what to say anymore because it's just like today's performance was so bad that
so bad, bro.
It was really bad. It was everyone was bad. Caicedo was Caicedo's self, really.
I mean,
who else was there? I mean, Enzo was.
I thought Cucurella was good.
Enzo was okay, and Cucurella was okay.
The thing is, we're asking Caicedo to do everything but score. At that point, he's doing everything he can. Like he's fulfilling his duties to a T, bro. It's like the front line, bro. If the front line's not scoring, then we're cooked.
Yeah,
also, Tosin pissed me off today. I'm not gonna lie. On every single free kick, going to chat up like Enzo and Palmer, like he was finna do something. Like if you're like, I can't handle it, bro. I really can't.
But the other thing too that annoyed me too is like in today's game overall, I feel like the mentality. Another reason I say mentality, right, is because like I feel like at so many points today, everyone was just trying to like get the referee to just like give him a call or something like that. Like
you remember wait. You mentioned that good point. Remember when Gusto thought he got fouled and he just stood?
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, like he the whistle, man.
We do that all we've done that the whole season. That's not new. Like we've done that the whole
But I feel like now it's being more exposed than it was before. Like I think I remember too, like earlier in the game, Neto got bullied off the ball and he just fell, and it's just like, bro, get the fuck up and just run. Like you're not getting the if they give you the foul, they'll give you the foul. But like, bro, like
I told you, bro, there's nothing more emblematic of this game than when Palmer went down in the box for 2 minutes and we had to defend in our own half for 2 minutes without him. So there you go.
Oh yeah, Palmer.
No, that one. To be fair, that one like he got like this.
What was the guy's name?
No, it was Dunk. He elbowed him in the face.
It was Dunk.
No.
Listen. I completely get that, but if they don't call it immediately and there's no VAR, you got to keep it pushing, dog. Like I don't know what to tell you. And also, I know we didn't speak about this, but that motherfucker literally dribbled in the box for that second goal. By the way, the VAR 100% would have ruled that out. I have to say that.
Oh,
it doesn't matter, bro. Come on, the ball was literally getting cleared, and he went like, I'm not. No, he slapped that shit down, son. If you go watch the replay, that second goal, he slapped that shit down, bro. He smacked that hole, bro. I'm telling you, he hit that. You seen that clip that was going around on social media of Wemby literally stopping, and he literally just stopped him by standing. That's like, come on, man.
Oh, here it is. Let me see. Oh, damn it. Fucking VPN. I need a VPN in this bitch. I don't know the clip you're talking about, but I do know that I feel like Montoya right now.
But like,
that's how I feel.
No, yeah, no, yeah.
Feel like your girl's getting fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of feels that way.
It kind of feels that way.
I feel like I'm getting cucked by Chelsea.
That's crazy, bro.
That's kind of nuts. Okay.
Paul Winstanley said like, "Yo, I'm gonna take your club, and I'm gonna just fucking fuck it."
Whatever floats your boat, I guess.
No, by the way, like I
That's
will
not
never
float
get.
my boat. I don't
Bro, I'm
want
telling you,
it.
by the way, by the way, I'm never getting over the fact that everybody this season got to turn out. They got to slut out Manchester City. We lost both. Like, bro, I'm not getting over it, bro. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm being so serious, bro. I'm pissed, bro.
Yo,
pissed.
chill, man. Whoa,
No, I'm not chilling. No, I'm not chilling.
Pouring out. You know, what's going on, bro? Like,
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, bro? City got turned out by every club in the Prem, bro.
I mean, we're getting turned out like a whole every week too. So like, I mean,
Listen, and I'm not denying that. But everybody got that free run at City, and then so you tell hold up. So you tell me the girl who giving it up to everybody looked at us and said, "I don't think so." Yeah, bro, it's over. And fold the club.
Hold on, I got one even worse for you, RSM. Don't even look at Manchester City. Look at Manchester United. She was the fat broad that was with that girl that was also giving it up, and we still got curved by her.
Nah, we got curved by the. Nah, bro.
We got curved by.
No,
oh my god,
we're not doing that nonsense, bro. We're the prison. We're the person in the prison. That's the prison bitch, bro. You know.
Oh, we holding the pocket. We holding the pocket. Is what you saying? We holding the pocket.
We're giving everyone turns. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing right now, bro. You know what I mean?
Yo, no, by the way, hold up. I mean, by the way, just so you know, 2.5 months we have not had a win away, so it's about to be a good time.
Listen, you know, again, you know,
and our next 2 games in the Prem, Brighton away, Villa away.
You know, the thing about me is that I think, you know, I had like a really nice what's the word, therapeutic stream on like what's it called on Flawless stream. Big up to Flawless here. But again, I come back to something I said before, which is that what am I realistically expecting, right? I've got a bunch of young kids playing for my team. I've got a young manager. I've got a young manager playing for. I've got a young manager who's in his first season in the Premier League. I've got a sporting directorship that is not helping him to be backed to give him the necessary pieces he needs.
Yep.
What am I expecting?
I'm expecting the players. I'm expecting Palmer to have and Sancho to have a first touch to be able to thread a pass.
No. But the point I'm trying to make though is that realistically, like yes, I can set that stuff from him, but I'm being honest. The reality is there's going to be highs and lows with them.
Oh no, I understand that. Yeah, I understand.
That's the point, right? The whole point is that we're going to have highs and lows with these guys because we haven't brought in yet the guys that are meant to be the finishers, the closers for us.
But you know what it is? But you know what it is? We spoke about the sporting directors as well. And Marshall said, like, yeah, one of them is in charge of incomings and one of them is in charge of outgoings. And I'm like, you know what? That makes
true.
And I said, if that's true, then you know why? That also explains part of the reason why we have these outgoings, right? If it's one person in charge of incomings and outgoings, they would say this person cannot leave because if they leave, we are left short-handed. But we got 2 separate people doing it. Somebody comes to the club and the person who's dealt with outgoings gets contacted and they're like, hey, this person's looking for a loan for this player. And you're like, okay, sure, sounds great. You don't talk to the person and nobody's building the team because the incoming guy is like, nobody's coming in. The outgoing guy is like, whatever, anybody can leave. And then the team, and nobody's building the team. Nobody's building the team.
So yeah, I get that. And I just think,
bro, look at this. Marshall, come on. Look at his arm, bro. Look at his arm, son.
I mean,
irregardless,
it happens almost immediately after the flex, though. Like,
bro, I don't care, bro. That's bro. I'm telling you, it's in the box. It's an unnatural position, bro.
I think at the end of the day, like, irregardless of this,
look at that shit, bro. It's literally, look at this, bro. He palmed the ball, bro.
This is FA Cup. This is FA Cup.
Oh, you know what? I do kind of see it.
Thank you. No. This is not an excuse. I just said we did not. That's what I'm saying. No excuse, but look at his arm, bro. He punched that hole. Look at where his arm ends up.
Yeah, but look, I see my Nadia wave this, and
he's Superman that hole.
I just think for me, at the end of the day, all of this stuff shouldn't matter. At the end of the day, our team is gonna be quite inconsistent.
Yeah, wait, you ain't no Soldier Boy.
You know what I mean?
Superman,
Like,
No,
I'm just gonna
no.
let you. I'm gonna let you know,
That's
boys.
crazy, bro.
Going forward, the team's gonna be quite inconsistent. So I just want people to be ready for that at the end of the day, right? There's gonna be a lot of inconsistency coming up.
Wait, you said Chelsea could be inconsistent?
Yeah,
We
I
have
think that's
one
gonna be-
shot on target today, boys.
Yeah, generally, you're gonna have.
And it was the one that,
Regardless.
and it was the one that Verbruggen punched into
I
the
think
wall.
for
Five
me-
games in a row.
Generally,
Regardless of
no.
numbers.
I think Chris. Let's look at realistically.
Yeah.
Jackson's still out of form. I don't think he's
Marshall,
gonna
can
be
you pull up the
He's
Forest
going back
Brighton?
from
Yeah,
injury.
and they're
Stats?
both injured too as well. So.
Yeah, both injured too.
I'm just
I
curious.
think reality is going to be very consistent. Like, so I think Surf said this to me when I was on the show. Is like, it wouldn't surprise me, for example, on Friday if we somehow beat these guys 3-0.
Well, they had
Look
63
at for-
possession.
Bro, they had
Damn, they could've
39%.
won.
Sorry, bro. What did you say, Chris?
I said that they had 63 possession. I said, damn, they should have won.
It's
Possession
not
means
about
fuck all.
possession, bro. You
Yeah, I
this,
know.
man.
It means fuck all.
Yes. But listen, man,
I
I'll
can't
be
think
honest,
so.
man. Listen, I just want people to start, regulating their feelings. If that's okay, man.
Regulating
Yeah.
what?
Regulating their feelings, like regulating.
Okay,
their
okay. I thought you said something else.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean? Like, reality is, man, this is what I'm expecting now from now on. Inconsistency.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, there's just like.
We ain't getting. Listen, one game's gonna be a win. Next game's gonna be a loss, bro.
So you think we win Brighton away? You think that sincerely?
Bro,
And-
like it wouldn't surprise me. For example, we win on Friday, right? But then the
Okay.
next game that we play,
We lose Sevilla away. We lose Sevilla
Yeah.
away.
stuff like that. Yeah, like I feel like the team's gonna be really inconsistent from now on, the remaining of the season. I don't think that. I think that's probably
I'm gonna be
happen.
honest with you. If Brighton play the exact same way, where do we win, bro? Because I don't see.
The problem is, I don't know.
Are
Is
buns,
Jackson,
bro.
is Jackson the problem? Go ahead, Oscar. What are you saying? I'll let you.
I was just saying we don't. That's all I was saying. We don't win.
But the problem is,
That's
like,
what I'm
is
saying,
Jackson
like, I don't
gonna be
see-
fit for Friday? Is Jackson? fit for
Yeah,
Friday?
Maresca. Yeah, so Maresca said yes. Nicholas Jackson and Reece James will probably both be back for Friday. We will see.
Problem with Jackson is, even if he's back fast, I don't think he changes that much in the sense of he's still
No.
low on confidence. Yeah.
I'd still rather him
Situation
than
great.
Kuku though up top.
Listen, you
Even
can
if he's
rather
not
have
scoring.
A over B, but if A is still gonna play poorly, you know what I mean? That's like going from it's like going from let me give you a shoe example. It's like me going from like a suede boot to a leather boot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only the only thing that changes really is the fabric, bro, because it's still gonna give you the same thing, which is a shoe that's gonna be used. So, end of the day, guys, we need to be protesting these sporting directors realistically. How we do that, we know how we do that. You know what I mean? But the
All the
reality is,
people in London.
the problem is,
Better
people
stop
are
buying
too-
kits then, bro.
people. No, that's not it. That's not
That's
the
one of them.
problem. That's not it. I think the problem is, I think the
Bro, there's
issue
no
we
point.
have.
There's no point in you
Wait, let me
protesting.
explain
going
why.
out.
You can hear him
Wait,
by
wait,
not
let
buying
me-
Well,
tickets.
if it helps, I saw
the
somebody
problem-
bring up Paul Winstanley's son and his transfer market, and then
that's
he
crazy.
and then
You
then
shouldn't
they
be
said
doing that.
and
That's too
and
much.
and then they
What
said hold
OTT?
on. And then they said, and then he got dropped by Brighton U18s, and he hasn't been picked up since. And somebody said, Paul
That's-
Winstanley, haha, your son is shit. So I think that's as good as we're probably gonna get with this fan base. I'm gonna be
I
honest
think
with
for
you.
me, I think listen, I think it's a bit OTT, obviously, but I think for me, and I'll say this again, it's not about shirt sales, bro. That's not the issue. The problem I think a lot of people
Bro,
have
come
here.
on.
No,
Why
wait,
do you think I'm
please,
just
let me-
saying shirt sales?
Wait. I know you're not saying that. I'm trying to give you trying to give an explanation before I make this point, please, Marshall. I think for me, the problem is that I think people are way too obsessed with something that cannot be stopped, right? Which is the ownership. I need people to realize, these guys are going to be here for the next 7 years. They're contracted to be here at minimum, guaranteed to be here for the next 7 years, right? That's why whenever we speak about the sporting directors, we need to be speaking about, again, in these banners that we do, why are we not doing them, for example, for the for the sporting directors, right? If you had a continuous voice in that online, social media, stuff like that, that's what you need to be doing, bro. Losing money over sporting directors realistically is not going to happen, Marshall, only because of course, yes, I can do that. Yes, we can do that in terms of within the local community, but the problem is, bro, you're gonna have online and other stuff like that. That one I always say is a bit more of a harder one to do. It becomes quite hard, bro. But I get the sentiment that you're coming from, and that usually does have a good effect. But the reality is, it's gonna be that one's way too hard to do. The other ones that I'm talking about, are simple but yet effective methods, right? That you can at least do that provide instant impact on some level, right? That's what I would probably say to you in that regard.
I just don't think it's as effective as actually stopping and funneling the money that goes to the directors. Because at the end of the day, they don't give a shit about your opinion. They genuinely don't.
But you know, Marshall.
Let me point out something. I let you go. Let me point out something. When it came to the Glazers, what was the straw that broke the camel's back? What hurt them the most?
They didn't do shit.
They had United fans run on the pitch, delay or even postpone that game. You don't think that hurts their pockets? You don't think that hurts their pockets that they don't have match day revenue for that day?
I'll be honest, the Glazers are the wrong example to use.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Regardless though, when
our fans
when stadium revenue starts to get worse and worse, they're making less and less money off of this game. They're making less and less money off of the shirt sales, less and less money off of people coming to the games. That's where things need to change for them, because they invested $2 billion at this point, $2 billion, pounds, dollars, whatever, into the club. They want that back plus more. If they see a decline, they will be forced to change things. Now, I understand what you're saying. It's not the most easiest thing to do, because not every fan sees it that way, and not every fan's gonna be like, sure, I'll stop buying Peacock, I'll stop buying BBC to watch Chelsea and all this and that, right? Like, I get that. So fans are gonna be fans, but there's ways to go about it. There's ways to go around it.
Yeah, but the problem is, Marshall, with everything you've just said there right now, our stadium already makes not enough revenue.
Yep.
Anything that he drops, anything he drops by further, is not really going to affect him that much.
But let's be honest, bro.
The stadium doesn't make money already, bro.
At the end of the day,
that's the point. But that's
bro. If the stadium makes $1 million on a match day, less revenue means not $1 million. It doesn't. I know you're saying not enough, but at the end of the day, if you show up with a banner that says "Bully and a Bali out, Blue Coat out," like Strasbourg did, nothing is gonna do, because at the end of the day, you're still gonna show up to the stadium. You're still gonna buy the tickets. You're still gonna buy the beer. You're still gonna buy everything else.
Taking it in bad faith now, because I didn't talk about the ownership. I'm talking about the sporting directors. I never talked about the ownership. I said to you, we need to be speaking about the sporting directors, bro. That's what you need to be speaking about. Yeah.
He did say that they're going to be here for 7 years, bro.
The banners are here. The banners should be done for the sporting directors. Everything that should be doing towards it should be directly towards the sporting directors, bro. I think I get what you're talking about in terms of reduced stadium revenue, but our problem is our stadium revenue is already one of the lowest in the EPL. We already know this much. I think it's like something like 78 million or like 90 million, something like that. You told me, I think you brought the stat up before, right? About our stadium revenue. Mm-hmm. And then also you have the other issue of, right, internationally, how can you do this, bro? Like, right? I think you also have like a logistical problem where reality is you can't stop international fans buying stuff like this. You can't even stop guys that live in the UK themselves, yeah? They don't even need to buy stuff in the stadium. Night.com. They can just go to night.com, sportsdirect.com, I'm just giving you the UK websites, right? And stuff like that to buy the kits. And Chelsea's still getting like some of our proper, right? So I'm saying to you, logistic, that's going to be a lot harder to do. I'm just trying to find methods.
But the thing is, like, there's no black and white solution to this, obviously. But if you're so adamant, I'm just gonna say it, I don't give a fuck. If you're fucking Minerals, if you're Eunice, if you're all these people that are so against the ownership, that are so against everything that Chelsea's been recently, stop buying the kits. Stop going to the game. Stop giving them your money. With enough people, there will be a certain significant dent that will be put into the revenue and the finances of the club. Now, you can make the argument, well, someone else will fill in those gaps. Sure, until they get fed up and then they stand on business. It doesn't just start and end with one movement. It's something that has to be consistent and gradually increase over time until people are fed up. It got to a point where people were really fed up with how the Glazers were running United until something happened, right? I know they're not the best example, but then you look at Strasbourg, like, nothing really changed, even though they protested, even though they made banners that we don't support Blue Co and this and that. If anything, their company has reduced. The people that are against, the ultras that were against Bully and Blueco, because of you seeing the success that's happening now, they're not standing on business anymore. A lot of them
actually are, you know, they still, what they still
are,
bro,
but not nearly as much as they were before.
No, they actually are. They literally have a 15-minute.
You're telling me their numbers have increased since they've been more successful?
Don't know if their numbers have increased or decreased, but I'm telling you,
that's what I'm getting at.
They literally, they literally, I know this. I know Scott probably knows this as well because he's watched a few games. They have a 15-minute of silence at every home game, bro.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't really watch any games.
I will tell you this for sure. I know this for sure because I watch their games and I know this is something they've been doing since the beginning of the season. They don't do any supporting, any shouting, nothing like that for the first 15 minutes of every single game, bro.
That's true.
I promise you. I'll bet 100 quid on this that as long as Strasbourg keeps succeeding and they achieve success by getting into Champions League and so on and so forth, the number of ultras that are against Blueco is going to reduce more and more. And more.
Of course, that's true, Marshall. But I think also we need to. I think there's another thing we need to also realize with Strasbourg, right?
Bro, that's a crazy
Strasbourg kind of also have a ceiling. All of us here know about, right? It's not Champions League football, by the way. It's literally their ceiling probably is a Europa League or Conference League football because they're expecting Chelsea to get the UCL, and then they can't allow Strasbourg to get UCL football because then it becomes the issue in terms of the ownership stuff and everything like that. So they have a cap on where they can be in the league. They have a cap on the stuff like that. So them protesting is a bit more of a bigger thing than that. But like,
bro, if they get UCL and we don't though, like,
that's gonna be. But I'm saying
game's the game, bro.
But again, listen. Realistically, Marshall, come on, let's be realistic, yeah. If Chelsea were being as competent as we should be, getting consistent UCL football, and then they do get UCL football because like maybe they overachieve or like the Ligue 1, like some team collapses like a Lille or like a Marseille, or like Olympique Lyon obviously just leaves because they're in Ligue 2. That's probably when it's gonna happen, for example. But I think for me, at the end of the day, like just going back to the stuff that you're talking about in terms of like the financial side of stuff, I get that. I think, listen, that may happen, but I think when you're looking at stuff like that, let's look at United, right? It's been 10 years since they last won the title. It's 2013. It's now probably 12 years, so it's 12 years now, right? But we don't want to enter a period where you have those 10 years where we're trying to do that thing of setting up stuff, not buying merch, and then like hopefully it continues.
Bro,
but by the time, by the time, bro, it gets to 10 years. Yeah, and eventually stuff has decided to change then. But that's a 10-year gap, bro, of failure.
Yep.
We're getting there. We're only 2 years away.
No, but that's plus the older ownership. I'm gonna like separate that a little bit because obviously let's talk about this new ownership, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that, bro. End of 10 years, no trophies, no nothing, right? And we it's already worked after the 10-year period, right?
That's why I asked before, and I mean, obviously you guys don't agree with this, but I asked the question: do you think it's a possibility that there is a world where Chelsea doesn't need to be in Europe in order to make money?
No.
Yes, that actually might be a reality where that is true. No, I think Marshall's onto something, bro. Because
I don't think he is personally.
The reason why
we lose money.
The only reason why I say that, is that if this current model continues to go on as it is, right, but then it starts becoming a bit more successful, right?
Wait, successful by what means though?
For them, like in terms of like they're able to get these guys on cheap, develop them and sell them on like a medium to high amount, right, where they're making like a good profit, like 10 to 15 million on them, right?
No.
You know what I mean? No. Realistically, then yes.
No.
Realistically, then yes. Because
have they been making profit the last few years?
No. But the point I'm trying to make,
they haven't. You said they spent 2 billion. You're saying we made more than 2 billion?
No. Chris, in terms of we've invested in 2 billion, right? But in terms of these transfers,
we don't know how they're going to go there.
The ones that we've flipped, we've made profit off of.
Not all of them.
No, all of them. We what player have we not made profit off?
Chris, he's talking about young players. Chris, he's talking about the young players.
The ones that we flipped, the ones that we've sold
Chris, we're talking about the young player model, Chris. It's different. I know what you're talking about, because that's probably what's going to basically be.
I mean, Casadei, did we make profit on him?
Yeah, we made profit.
Slightly.
We made profit on him, sadly. Yes,
we obviously did pure profit on Matson.
Gallagher.
I'm trying to think of the young players. Yeah,
we made
a lot of it is pure profit.
Amari Hutchinson is another one, right? Yeah. Yes.
Did we sell?
Yes, we
yeah,
did.
it's on 20 mil.
Okay.
So a lot of these guys we have actually sold them, and we are going to be.
I might take a statement back on the youngsters.
So like I know. Listen, I know people don't realize in hindsight, but I agree with this, Marshall, because like I've always felt like that is their way of making money. By the way, that was their main money maker, and you can realistically do that outside. Look at Brighton. Brighton actually the best example of this. They're not necessarily in Europe, but they're able to churn out money.
No, but Brighton are different. Again, it comes down to running costs as well and how much they invest in the team. Like that's the issue. Like these guys have invested a lot of money into this team, and our running costs are more than Brighton's. They just are. So we then have to make more money. And if they're going to continue doing this thing they're doing with like Vega and whatnot, then yes, they can potentially make money. But you have to do that on a consistent basis and make a lot of the number of players you would have to sell to do that is astronomical. Because of how much we're selling them for. You either have to hit on all of them, and I'm talking when I say hit as in like make Hutchinson level profit on all of them, or you have to sell a lot of them. They are struggling to sell players currently. No one wants Fofana. No one wants Carney on a permanent. No one, because you're trying to sell him for 40 mil. No one wants Broja on a permanent, you're trying to sell him for 40 mil. No one wants I'm trying to think of who else. We couldn't sell Chalobah. Like the only ones we flipped. The only ones we flipped that you've bought was Hutchinson, great. Moreira we made $1 million on. Cassidy we made 2 mil. Who was the other one? Angelo we made about 3 mil. Like that's not enough to run the club and to make a consistent profit. You'd have to sell a lot of players to do that. Now, if you're going to sell academy players, then yes, you can, fine. But then they would have just sold academy players and that would be fine. The fact they keep buying players, like it's not sustainable to do what they're doing. We saw it. We wouldn't have issues with PSR if this was sustainable.
The only reason, well, one of the only reasons I can think of right now that kind of debunks this thought of mine that maybe this isn't entirely what they're trying to base their model off of is the fact that they did spend 60 on Neto, right? 60 million euros on Neto. They spent 110 on Caicedo, 105 on Enzo. Those aren't players you're gonna flip for profit. There's no way. You spent way too much money. Maybe you can sell for a good amount of money at the end of their contracts, but you're not buying those players for profit. Not for that price. So you are investing into the first team by buying those players. And that's where a good chunk of that billion that people speak of comes from. You know, your Lavia is also 50 mil. I mean, even though this wasn't under the directors, 80 on Fofana, Wesley Fofana when we brought him. Like there's a good chunk of change that is being invested into the first team, and that chunk of change is the big money buys that aren't going to be flipped for profit. Everything else though, cheap, buy cheap, sell high. Almost like an investment book, quite literally, from an investing company. It's funny. Yeah, I don't know.
What issue is though, again, is that if you look at now our signings, in general, that we're spending the money on. I've seen it Enzo, obviously I'll probably see the opposites, the ironies. But everyone announced, bro, is being brought for around about £40 million. Like plus or minus 10. Pretty
much.
Right? Plus or minus 10, as I always say. But that means you can still flip these guys for money.
EPL turf. Yes, you can after amortization. After 4 years, if you sell for 60 mil, that's profit.
That's the problem. Like, listen, if they, let's say, like, 60 million right now, right? He stays for 2 seasons.
Real Madrid does not do transfer fees, bro.
Yes, they do.
We know this.
No. In terms of like,
100 million on Bellingham.
Yeah, in terms of like new policy, they only usually spend like splurge out on one player per like transfer window because they've done so well and getting a lot of other guys basically on freeze. But like I think my issue is again, if you look at the way that stuff looks like for Chelsea, if we do 60 divided by 5, which is 12 million, right? Let's say Neto is here for us for two years, 60 minus 24 is 36 million pound remaining. The remaining 3 years, right? But then we get someone that comes in a bid for him for like 50 million or like 60 million. They basically made profit on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
the other thing,
but going back to that, let's use that example. If Neto's here for 2 years, for us to sell him for that, this is where it goes back to you have to do it. For us to get 50 million for Neto, he has to perform. Which if he's performing, unless he's performing and no one else is, which we're seeing in this team is not the case. He's not that type of player. We have to be doing well.
Yeah,
and that's the thing is like that's where it goes hand in hand. For these older players, I for the younger players it's different. They need to develop, but that's a different conversation. For these older players, even if you want to sell them and do the amortization bullshit, which if you do, waiting 2-3 years to sell some of these players to get a book profit on them, to me is a stupid idea. Like that's a waste of time. Like there are easier and quicker ways in this sport to make money than doing that. Way easier and quicker ways to make money than doing that. For these older guys, for us, outside of Caicedo and Palmer, everyone else pretty much, and maybe Enzo, but he's a bit hit and miss. Everyone else, their whole team has to be playing well for their value to stay at that level. Like, because for Neto, for example, let's say in 2 years' time, he'll be 30, he'll be 27. If this team hasn't performed and he isn't playing well, no one's buying him for 50. Like, where's he gonna go? What, like,
Scott, don't you think though, that the fact that we have this wage structure makes it a lot more possible, though?
A lot more possible to what?
To flip these players.
No,
and
because
sell
they
them.
still have to. No, because a team still has to cough up the money. Like, that's the thing, and ultimately, as I said, unless you're going to get a team wanting to pay, like, unless you wait 3-4 years and then you can sell Neto for 30 and make a good profit, which, as I said, I think that's a stupid idea in terms of a business model, personally. A team still got to pay a big fee on him. As just using Neto as an example, but like again, I'd say the way they're going about this, if they want to make a profit and they want to make money at this football club, the easiest way, the number one way, is to win things and to do well.
I would agree.
Or it's to not spend money.
Which is
because then if you don't spend money and just sell, you're going to make a profit.
And the other thing too that kind of debunks that whole idea that because I don't try to defend the owners, but I try to have balance in all these things. Part of the reason I don't think these owners, all they care about is the money, right? I think they care about the money, obviously. And I think they see it very much like Scott just said. Like, I think they want to make money whilst being successful, because being successful also means they make more money. And at the end of the day, at the end of all this, when their time of owning this club is done, they want to be able to flip the club for more than what they purchased it for. They want to make return on investment, ROI, right? I think if all they cared about was profit and money, they would have sold Colwell. They would have sold Reece James. They would have sold Palmer over the summer, because that's where your stocks were the highest, right? With Palmer. Even Jackson, you could have probably sold for 80 mil. Like, let's be honest, you probably could have doubled your money for Jackson, considering the season he had last season, where 14 goals, non-penalty in the Premier League, which is better than a lot of the strikers that were in that league last season that actually cost more. So that's why I think there is a notion of the ownership that, yeah, they do want to see profit, and maybe there's a world where they see potential profit still being made regardless of success on the pitch in terms of the Champions League and trophies. What's up?
Can you bring up EPL Turf's last comment, please? Trying to compare Chelsea to Dortmund is stupid. Dortmund are a team whose highest ever
make Champions League.
I'll say number one, they always make Champions League basically every year. Number two, their highest ever buy for a player was I looked up the other day and I've forgotten, about 35 million euros. Was their most expensive buy, was 35 million euros. They regularly sell players for a large amount of money. They have sold in the past Dembele for 120 mil. They have sold Haaland for 72. They have sold Sancho for 85. Or was it 75? Something like that. They have sold Bellingham for 80 to 100 million. Even the ones lower down, like some of the other guys they've sold, Goetze. Actually, he lived on a free. He might have left on a free. I can't remember. They regularly sell guys for big money. So trying to compare them to Chelsea, like if Chelsea, for example, were regularly selling players for 50 to 70 million, then cool, we don't need to have a conversation about this. We're not regularly selling players for 50 to 70 mil.
This is actually a good point that KC makes. They're only interested in book profit based on contract length. Actual profit doesn't matter to them because they just sell off the debt when they bounce. I think they want to make some money off of the club though. But they could technically sell the club with debt.
Yeah, trust me, consortiums are not in the business of losing money for their clients. I'm gonna let you know that much.
Of course, 100%. 100%. But I do feel like the inevitable what's going to happen is Boli will try to find a way to buy the rest of the shares off of Igbali and Feliciano. That's going to be something down the line because genuinely, I don't think Igbali or Feliciano have a vested interest in the actual sporting side of it. I think Boli does. I'm not saying one's better than the other, to be honest, because I think they're both shit at the end of the day. But I just think down the line, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen, today. But over the course of time, we might see Boli's ownership in the club increase slightly. And then from there, maybe we'll see the image of the club align more to what Boli had in mind. I think a lot of this is Igbali and his plans of recruit young superstar talent, sell them at a high. This summer is going to be really telling. Well, Esteval, yes. You guys, they want to basically find the next Cole Palmer.
Yep.
No, but the way they're going, this is where I blame the sporting directors. That's probably the idea, but then the way the sporting directors go about it, like, no one's going to sit here and tell me Amugu's the next Cole Palmer. That's not. He's not, bro. No, he's not. I'm sorry, he's not.
I wish he played today, to be honest, over KDH.
Like,
Jesus fuck.
The type of guys they're signing, they're not signing these guys that are meant to be the next Cole Palmer. Like, we can say, like, Cole Palmer did kind of come out of nowhere, but at least there was glimpses before we bought him of, okay, this guy is a guy who could get to that level. Obviously, no one expected him to take. Marshall, you saw when he was playing for City, when he played for a few times, there was potential he could get to that level. No one expected. No one. That's the thing. He hit it at a much quicker level than anyone expected.
Yes.
But the foundation was there in terms of he could one day. Like,
couldn't you make that same argument for like Santos, for example?
Yes.
I don't think.
Oh, okay. Right now, he's getting out of Manchester.
Right now, but like 2 years ago, I don't think anyone really expected Santos to be as dominant of a midfielder as he is now.
No. Yes, we did. We're talking about a guy who was the captain at 18 for Brazil's under 20s, was top goal scorer in that competition, was one of the best players. Like, yes, most of us did.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. He was highly touted.
I was gonna say he's also a guy at like 19 was playing for Brazil's first team, got called up to the Brazil first team to play in midfield alongside the likes of Casemiro and others.
Wait, is he in the first team in Brazil?
Yes, he's played in the Brazilian first team.
Yeah,
so like,
he's good, bro.
he is someone that is. But for example, that like I hate to use him, but he's the first guy that comes to mind. No one's sitting here and telling me that's Amugu right now. But Amugu is just Amugu, Leslie,
Among Us.
Trying to think of other dudes we've signed. Casadei. Casadei's a little bit different because the hype that we bought him for, but he's kind of another one. Like all these guys, no one's telling me these guys we're buying they see as this Santos, Esteval, Palmer type signing or type level player.
maybe
They can't do.
Mugu. But
Even
I
Leslie,
feel like
I like Leslie, but he's not on the same level as Santos. He's just not.
no.
Washington, another one. Angelo, when we brought him, another one. Bro, thank you, Solomon. Quite Kellyman. Blake.
True.
Hmm.
He's spitting, man.
These guys aren't that. Like the only one that I think could have been, but whether it was injuries, lack of game time, whatever, that could have been because he was at least playing a Premier League for a Premier League team and getting minutes at a young age was Chukwuemeka. He's the only one, maybe, but again, it could be injuries. But he's a perfect example. Like, you compare him and Kellyman at the same age. Like, Carney was getting Premier League minutes, whether it was off the bench or starting the odd game, he was getting minutes. Kellyman got minutes off the bench in the Europa Conference League or the Europa League. Like,
what about the random?
And Carney wasn't really good enough, or we deemed wasn't good.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I feel like, yeah, they're gonna scout this way, but along the lines, it's kind of the idea is kind of to find in your adventures some of these players. Like, you look at Duran, for example. Although we didn't get him, look at how this guy is like shooting up into superstar status.
Great. Again, you just mentioned it. We didn't get him. It's irrelevant.
Yeah,
you didn't get him. I only care if you get him from my football club. That's what matters. Like,
yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, window shopping does absolutely nothing for us, bro.
But like, this is the problem again, Mark. Remember what I think all of us here spoken about is all these kids you brought, Kellyman, Chukwuemeka, all these guys. They're not all going to be able to get starting minutes or starting time at the club.
We would need another club, bro. We would need another club.
Again,
no, we need more than one. We need like three or four.
We need a couple of multi clubs.
Well, at the very minimum, for the amount that we have right now, we need one more.
No, I disagree. Yeah. I think we probably
I think we need two.
I think we need two more. Realistically, we need them in some of the other top 5 leagues. Maybe in the Portuguese league, even the Netherlands leagues actually would help us a lot.
I was about to say, I don't even think it necessarily needs to be top 5.
I'm saying Portugal.
With some of these kids, just get them development time. Like, that's it. I'm not even saying
top 5.
I'll say it before and I'll say it again. Like, especially for some of these young guys from South America, go and get an MLS club.
Bro, like an MLS, or for example, get an MLS club, get like a little Belgium club or something. You feel me? Like, you know how many Ecuadorian players have come through the Belgian league? I'm telling you, bro. Caicedo took a little sit in the Belgian league. Like,
no, but that's the point. Like, again, like, this is why I'm saying it can be top 5 if you talk about top 5. Portugal, what's the other one I'm talking about? The Netherlands is a good example of development because they actually do that quite well. Belgium, of course. If you look at Union Saint Joa, Anderlecht, right? They can do good development there, and they get some level of Europa League or Europa Conference League football. Like, these are the clubs we need to be buying, but like, we've not had a peeps to sport in Lisbon.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That UCL money.
And then even, okay, let's say that's not happening right now. I'm looking at how their loans have gone, right? But only Ugochukwu right now looks like, and Hutchinson's the last season are the only two that have looked like they've been successful loans.
I was gonna say, don't you want to be careful buying all these European clubs? So, because aren't we like in a situation if another club gets Champions League football, you can't be in it?
Yeah, 100%. But that's where you go and.
That's why I look at Africa or South America.
Elsewhere. But even the thing is, you can go and get, like.
But you don't even need to buy the whole club, bro. Just buy like 40. As long as you can buy like a controlling stack. You can like a good example like
you want to buy. You want to buy somewhere that's in a competitive league.
I'm going to be back. I'm supposed to do
as well. I guess.
So I don't really want to. No offense, but you'd rather you set up a academy school in other places like Africa and something like that. You wouldn't buy a team.
Yeah, African I probably wouldn't, but like. Yeah. But in Belgium, for example, what's it? You don't have to buy, like, you don't have to go to Belgium and invest in Anderlecht or Club Brugge. No. Go and invest in Cercle Brugge. Go and invest in. I can't even think of other like middle of the Molenbeek. We can't because I know they're part of the Texter group, I think. But like a team like that, where it's like they're kind of mid-table, so they're probably not making Champions League, but they might be able to get a Europa League run. You might be able to go and send guys there, and at least they'll play in a league that's competitive and whatnot.
I think the satellite club is actually. I think the satellite clubs probably comes from Bowley's side of the ownership, given that, as you know, baseball has like, I can't remember, so there's AAA clubs and what double A,
Yeah, double A, triple A.
It's a farming system that goes up into the baseball team. So I think that's more of a Bowley thing, because since he's taken a back seat, we've not really heard anything about getting another club.
That's true.
Since he's taken more of a back seat in the running of this, so it's probably more of an egg party clear date thing. You probably don't see the satellite thing, and probably just see it basically about scooping up a load of players and then selling them on or loading them out to begin with. So, you know, we really can't even credit the sporting directors with the signings of players and Esteban, because that's really the South American scouts that are doing that. So we're bringing them up, you know.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I don't know what else to talk about at this point. Talk more about the ownership than we did the game. Really, there wasn't really much to talk about in this fucking game. This game was horrible.
If we just purely talked about the game, we might have been over after an hour and a half for sure.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there was nothing to this game. This game was as heartless as heartless as I don't know what. As heartless as Surfer is.
Wow.
Well, I don't have any hearts, right? I would have actually floated. Ahmed told me this. I said it on Boris's channel. I've floated the idea of playing Noni Madueke up front.
Fuck it.
As a striker.
Bro, I'm telling you, if we're gonna keep,
if we have no striker, may as well, right?
No, Andrew, hold up. If we're gonna keep lobbing as well, if we're gonna keep lobbing these crosses in, bro, let's get Uncle Tosin in there. I ain't gonna lie, get Uncle Tosin in there.
I put Noni up front because I think his dribbling will be better in the middle, and also he's got a relationship with Palmer already, so they already link up.
And he likes to shoot.
Likes to shoot, yeah. So,
yeah.
Good
Perfect combination for a disaster, but at least it'll be fun.
At least it'll be fun.
It'll probably be it will be better than Kuko. I will agree. It'll be better than Kuko up top.
Yeah, and by the way, even after this game,
you don't reckon?
It might be. It might not be.
Maybe this is hopium. It might be hopium, but part of me is hoping that, okay, going forward, maybe if we keep playing Nkunku as a 10, maybe it's a gelling issue, and maybe he'll eventually gel with the rest of the team and it'll work out. And it'll be Jackson as striker if he's fit and he can stay as striker. Palmer, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Palmer can go somewhere. He can play as a double 10.
Oh,
yeah,
double 10.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
It's just him Enzo likes to play.
Yeah, double 10.
Yeah, I mean, we have, Cucurella, who can be the Swiss Army knife of the team and play up the wing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, fiery lineup. Fiery
it's
lineup.
peak right now. It's just like, all you can do is kind of hope that in the summer, first of all, hope that we can get top 4, because now we're not in the FA Cup and we can fully focus on the league. Not that
you can play Sancho in the middle.
Oh,
as a 10?
Yeah.
No, as a false 9.
False
9.
God no.
He's played Def for United quite well actually.
In pre-season, to be fair.
Hey, you know what I mean?
That sounds a bit scary.
I've got to try something.
Yeah, you gotta try something.
Then you stick Noni on the left.
What's our next game, by the way? It's against Brighton.
It's Brighton.
It's Brighton. No, Marshall, I already told you, bro. If we take this Brighton L in the league, it's over, bro. It's over.
Bro.
Yeah.
At that point, if we take the Brighton L in the league, bro, we could fall 6th, 7th. It's bad.
Whereas if
it
that
won't
happens,
be over because everyone else is inconsistent as we are. There won't be over.
No, I'm saying like it'll be no. I'm not saying top 4 is over. I'm saying like in terms of the Chelsea fan base mentality, it's over, bro. It's constant negativity and boost at the end of the season.
They had no mentality. If someone's Maresca out now, they were never Maresca in to begin with. Okay?
Yeah,
they just put it off.
Yeah.
You know what's the funniest part? Andrew, I literally told somebody in the chat today. I'm like, okay, you're Maresca out. So Maresca leaves. Does a number 9 like magically, incorporate into the squad? Does it like magically appear? Does it get delivered by a Stork? We just get a 9 now. Is that gonna fix that for us? We get some cover in the midfield, some goal scoring wingers.
You didn't know that's how it works?
Yeah, no, apparently I was incorrect because Marshall. Once again, bro. We're Americans. So it's
Yeah.
like we don't really
Stupid
know.
American.
Yeah, exactly. We're just dumb Americans.
All you
We're
care
just
about is
just
money.
like our owners, exactly. So
you
I didn't
care
know
about
that.
is
I didn't know that.
money
I did not know that sacking a
All
manager.
you resort to is
immediately-
buying your solution, buying your way
Exactly.
out of trouble, bro.
Exactly.
Dumb American.
Yeah, how
I
dare
bet
you.
you're related to Trump. All right, I think I'm done. Wait, any final thoughts before I close out the stream?
Great way to
I'm
end
crying
it.
myself to sleep. What's up?
So what a great way to end it.
Yeah, dumb American. All right.
Get out of my
Anyways, get out of my club.
No, what I'm
Go
saying
play
is that
baseball or football and
If
enjoy
you're
the Super
Maresca
Bowl
out
tomorrow.
now after these results, then shouldn't you been Maresca in when we were on the run of results to begin with DHL? Or were you one of these ones?
He didn't rate Maresca to begin with. So.
Or were you just one of these ones who'd waited 4.5 months to say something? I just want to know. Do you know what I mean? Like you had messages and tweets drafted, because I haven't really seen you much until this recent run of form on this channel. So it's just
Question,
pretty,
DHL.
pretty coincidental you
punching?
show up now a lot. So it's all good.
Wait, Marshall, you would know. DHL, at what point was he punch out? Just so I know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Because
DHL, I'm sure you were patch out at some point.
Because if he was Maresca out from the beginning, right? Then I need to know when this brother was patch out.
2 weeks in.
No, answer my question, DHL. Answer my question. When were you patch out?
The Zerby was the answer. I don't know, bro. I don't know if anything
I
is the answer with
listen.
these directors.
Listen, just watch the Zerbi at Marseille. Nah.
There's no clear winner what manager we could have picked.
Bro,
They're not
if we
all,
got
like,
the
head
Zerbi,
and
if we
shoulder
got the
ahead of
Zerbi,
each
half
other.
the fan base, why are we gonna get why are we getting these hipster managers? Bro, I already know it, bro. Come on. Like, what are we doing?
Imagine we got Amarin.
There's no really world-class managers out there anyway. Like, look at Amran. He's struggling like hell at United. And we wanted him. I wanted him.
Amarim is absolutely drowning, bro.
We are.
Bro,
we
I
are-
have people on
we are
my
going through-
Discord. Go ahead, server.
We're also going through a bad run of form at this
Mhm.
moment in time.
Yeah.
Because there was none of this hyperbolic thing on Maresca when we were on a good run of form. So that's all it is. I'm even convinced right now, even after today's going out, if we just had 2 more wins in the league, we wouldn't be hearing this half as much.
That's true. And those 2 wins could have been the Crystal Palace game where we were
Yeah.
winning.
I'm saying,
and
I
the
know
Fulham
it's,
game
I
that
don't
we
like
were winning.
whatism and what aboutism and stuff like that, but if we just had 2 more wins.
Or perhaps even the City game, which we were also winning. Like,
Maybe,
that's
yeah,
also
the City
true.
game, yeah.
That's also
Even if
true.
you just had the City game, you probably don't hear half of this.
yeah.
It would have
Half
been
of this.
really interesting to see people's takes on Chelsea if we had won that City game.
No, at
Maresca's
least the City game we were
incompetent,
up,
blah,
bro.
blah,
The
blah.
Ipswich game, I don't even count because we did nothing that game. That game,
Yeah, I don't count the Ipswich game. We lost that
No.
fair and square
Yeah,
in the end.
at least
I think, like,
at least the other games I'm counting, we were up 1-0 at one. We were winning the game at one point. Like,
yeah, I think like it's the Palace one really as well, really, because that one we should definitely not have drawn.
no,
Mm.
no, no.
I mean, that was the one was like, damn,
Yeah.
we dropped.
Also,
I mean,
yeah, also like obviously it's not an excuse, and like it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But that 100% was a handball, by the way, in the box. That brother was dribbling in the box. I don't care what anybody tells me. VAR is taking that goal away, bro. That ball was getting cleared, and Lamptey literally like smacks it down like he's guarding the rim, bro. I'm not buying that.
I want to see it because I felt like his hand is already kind of
You want me
there.
to show you again?
No, you need to no. No. His hand was in an
You know-
unnatural
you know-
position, and
You know what the
he
rule
was
is, don't you? Because it didn't lead directly to a goal, it wouldn't count as
I've seen Man United get away with that before.
Yeah.
No, DHO. I said fair enough, DHO. I already said that. Fair
That's
enough.
why I'm just like, It's not like one of those clear ones they think is clear.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
and
but
there's
for
no
me,
VAR,
no.
so it's
The
hard
thing
for
is,
referees
like
to do
for
that.
me, whether it's clear or not, when the defenders are literally about to clear the ball all the way to
Yeah,
the
I
other
get
side
it.
of the field, and
I agree.
you stop it, and not only do you
I agree.
stop it, it immediately
Yeah.
goes back into the box. Nah, bro, I'm so sorry.
I agree.
That's
I
a foul.
agree. I agree.
The result,
I mean, look at his hand, bro. Look
we
at.
still deserve this
But
loss.
look at he looks like he's diving to smack it. Come on,
Yeah,
I'm not buying
I-
that.
I get it. Yeah, like it does look like he hit it with some umph as well.
Look at where,
Like,
yeah, bro.
what?
I'm telling you, he's curving his body. Nah, man, I'm not
I
buying it.
agree. I agree. I think it
Maybe
fits-
VAR take that way. I don't
Again,
know.
it doesn't matter because we were absolutely horrendous, but
The
that did
ref
piss
was
me
right
off.
in front of it.
He wasn't right.
Yeah.
Maybe before it hit his body though. You can't really see where it hit him.
Maybe.
But like, where else?
No,
I
but
don't
like,
know, man.
I don't know. I feel like you could see that pretty clearly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know, bro. You told me the linesman didn't see that either. Like, I don't know, man.
This is up here. I don't know.
We can hold it
I don't
anyway
know.
because we were shit.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
listen,
telling
we
you,
only
because
had
I'm
one
not.
shot
I'm not
on
gonna be
target.
like Arsenal
Yeah.
or even.
I'm not gonna
Man
lie.
United.
Yeah. You know what? You're spitting,
We
bro.
can
Because
hold
I was not trying to see 30 minutes more anyway.
Yeah, no, I kind of.
We would have still lost probably somewhere.
I would love that.
No, I already said
Let's
if it went
go,
penalties,
let's go.
bro, it would have ended 25-26 with one team winning. With these keepers, it
I
would have
would
ended
love-
25-26.
I would have loved that. We scumbagged our way in on penalties. So yeah.
Yeah, but I will say, you know, on the whole Maresca thing, I'm not saying Maresca is void of criticism. We have sat here and criticized Maresca before, right? But the thing is, you can't sit here and be Maresca out just because he's not Carlo Ancelotti. Like, that is insane. Like, I have literally people on my Discord bashing Maresca because he's literally not Don Carlo. Because he doesn't do the things that Don Carlo does.
He's quite young.
Guess what?
What do you expect?
Guess what? Only Don Carlo does the things that Don Carlo does. Yeah, I can't think of another manager that actually allows their players to play with freedom and doesn't have some type of system in this day and age. Even the one who's considered the best manager in the world has a system, and it's Pep Guardiola.
There's not
You know?
really
It's very-
any
it's
managers
very-
out there you can get what's like a Don Carlo.
It's
like,
very easy
I
to
don't get it.
explain. It's very easy to explain this. Okay? And at the start of the season, biggest doubt about his Chelsea team was the manager, right? No problem.
Yeah.
Or myself. What he did was then overperform with this team.
Yeah.
I don't care what any Chelsea fan says. He never had us so much in the top four that we were going to be a concrete there. He had, especially after the transfer window ended, he then overachieved, got us in. You had lofty expectations because he was overachieving. And now what's happened is the team's actually plateaued to what it should be doing. And it's being inconsistent. Like its manager's inconsistent.
Look at like, if we had to be really honest about this, look at what championship managers go on to do. They either get relegated again or they become a mid-table club.
Or they get hired by Bayern Munich. Who knows, man? You feel me?
That's true.
Or they get hired by Bayern Munich.
They get hired by Bayern Munich.
Get hired by Bayern Munich, yeah.
That's true. That is true. So like this, like you got to give credit where credit is due for Enzo Maresca to step into the shit that we're in, right? Because let's be honest, you guys are the same ones that say like this club is shit and everything that the owners are doing is shit. Who would want this job? Like you guys have said all this rhetoric before. For him to come into this and say like, okay, you say that, but watch what I can do. And right now he's in the top 4 race. Like you got to give credit where credit is due. That's impressive.
I love this now new thing about, oh, he's a puppet, he's a yes man. So let me just say it. So everyone that goes in for a job interview in any walk of life, would you go in and disagree with how they were running things, or you know how they didn't agree with what they were doing, or something like that? Do you really think you're going to get that job?
Yeah.
Do you really think you're going to get that job?
Walk in.
Really?
I think your company's shit. I think the way it's run is awful.
Oh, by the way, I think you're
your-
shit at your job. I know you're hiring me, but I think you're shit, and I disagree with everything that you said. He's the one who probably asked for a 5-year contract because of what they were asking him to do. So he wanted the security of it. Hence why Poch only got a 2 + 1 year deal the season before.
Yep.
Yeah. So he probably asked for a 5-year.
I am not a clown.
But that's where I go back, right?
What's
like,
the point then? Hang on. What's the point, DHL? What's the point you're trying to make there? That you think he's a puppet and a yes man? Because it's an easy thing to say. Because he doesn't come out and rip the sporting directors and the ownership to shreds. Because guess what? Every single manager does that. I mean, Pep does that, right? Pep's doing that right now over this summer. So no, he doesn't.
Hey,
so what are we doing?
You know,
DHL. Cameron's doing that right now, isn't it? United, he's saying how shit the squad is.
I'm actually so happy you said this, DHL, and we're actually talking about this because literally the very manager that everyone wants, or people have been telling me they want Maresca to be, which is Don Carlo. You think he's throwing his food out the window because Real Madrid this January window
Zero defensive signings with the
gave him
worst
zero
defensive
defensive
injury
signing when he has no defense.
crisis.
Okay.
No, hold on. Stop. Pause. Wait. Before you start getting up on your high horse about the whole. Okay, whatever. Hold on. What I'm trying to get at is that
he doesn't want to be. Bold.
What I'm trying. I just want to finish my point. That's what I want. You can say whatever you want. What a good manager or good coaches
God.
Or this is what I said earlier in the stream. You take what you've been given and you make the best out of it.
This is
And with Maresca, as much as he might not agree with what's going on and he might disagree, unlike Poch, he's not going to be like, you guys are wrong, I'm going to play Gallagher even though you told me not to, I'm going to play Sanchez even though you told me not to, all this and that. He's going to work within the confines of his limitations and make the best out of it. And for him to be in top 4, considering the limitations and the yes manism of, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that because this is what my owners and my bosses are telling me to do. You're making it work. And you're not putting it on the owners that you're not succeeding because I don't have experienced midfielders. I'm not succeeding because I don't have this and that, which is what Poch did last season. Go ahead, Ahmed.
All right, now, listen, Marshall might be thinking I'm about to attack Marshall, but I actually agree with Marshall. I think there's a reality that we need to understand is that the manager we've brought in is a manager that's a student of Pep. And the reality is this guy only knows plan A. Right? He's got plan A. He might tweak plan A to make plan A work, but reality is his plan is plan A. The problem is the sporting directors have not brought in the guys that he needs, right? The guys that he needs to make plan A work. That's pretty much the cut and dry of the matter. Like what the people want to understand, and that's literally what it is. I think the idea of Maresca being a yes man, we already know Maresca's a yes man, bro. One of the requirements was that he needs to be doing a collaborative effort whenever the new manager is coming in. So we already know he's a yes man. Why are we?
Yes, man, aren't they?
No, I know, I know.
No,
bro, but
I'm supporting your point by saying, this, but like DHL, like saying, oh, like somehow we needed to hire someone who's going to really drag everyone out.
But okay, but DHL. So hold up. So when a company changes a CEO, they fire every single worker who worked under the CEO, right? Then that's how it works as well, right?
But it's not even that. Like, Ahmed, I'm sorry. One more thing before you go. Like,
you work under your bosses. Like, I don't understand what you wanted to do.
I understand. I respect when people stand up for themselves. I get that, right? Like, if you truly believe in something and you truly believe that you're not being supported, you want to stand on business like Poch did, I respect that to an extent. But when it comes to my club, Chelsea Football Club, I don't want managers that are going to constantly cause trouble, stir up the pot, just to stand on business and get sacked. Because at the end of the day, your bosses are the sporting directors. They will sack you. And then we're going to start a vicious cycle of managers that constantly get sacked over and over and over again. Give me someone who can be, and I hate to say it this way, but maybe I'll find a different word for it later, complacent with the situation, make the best out of it, make it work so that eventually when the sporting directors are gone, at least you're still there and someone else can come in, because you're not going to find a solution by constantly rotating and revolving door and getting sacked over and over again because you want a manager standing on business. And the last time a manager stood on business, he got fired. The last manager stood on business, he got fired. That's not going to solve anything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And all those guys got, like, Conte got fired. He didn't walk. He got fired, which means he got his money. If he really thought what he did, he'd walk without being paid. So don't let anyone fool you. Like Conte's the difference.
He's spitting, bro. Yep.
But like, I think the issue is, again, and as I was just saying, again, we know what Maresca is. We know what he's about. It's just that, again, I think the SDs have clearly failed him. That's pretty much what it is. Like, that's pretty much like the cut and dry of the matter, right? When it comes down to it. And I wanted to take issue with the Real Madrid point, because the reason why they probably didn't go for the centre backs, because you know what Real Madrid is like, A, and B, they also have like probably the best. They already have the best attacking front line of all of football. Point blank.
Yeah. No, and I get that.
So that's why I want to a little bit crash on it. Because I was like, that one's a bit, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really.
But it's just. I don't know if you were here when I said it, but like the people on Discord, and I'm sure there's people on Twitter that want to make this argument that Maresca isn't good because he's not Don Carlo. Like, you're comparing him. I think the problem is when you compare anything else to the best, everything else is gonna fall short.
But you know what the problem is? Like, I think the problem is, like, listen, it's great when you have managers that can get the best out of players and don't necessarily need like a system, right?
Yeah.
I think the problem is, like, in this day and age, we've got a lot of managers now that have a way of playing, and it's their way or the highway. Again, all we need to do, yeah, we live in our teams in South London. Let's look at North London, bro. Right? Amarin. And then you can look at another team in North London, in Arsenal, where the manager decided, I'm going to change my tactics from what it was. And you can see how much of a detrimental effect it's also had, yeah, in what happens when he sometimes changes the play style, which has a negative effect, right? You see, which is something good, which obviously my guy RSM pointed out. But guys, like, I think for me with Maresca, we need to give him the guys first before we start making this comment. Like, our player quality right now, I'll be honest, bro. Madueke, with all due respect, I'm a Madueke. I used to be, I'm an ex-Madueke fan. He's not good enough for us, bro.
That's an X.
Like, you know what I mean? There we go. You know what I mean? But like, again, realistically speaking, right? He's not good enough for us. Like, Chalobah, he's a great player for us. Like, listen, I respect Chalobah and everything like that. But reality is, he's probably a bench player for us at best. Again, we talk about this. Putin, I don't care what anyone says, he's not at this Chelsea level, whether we want to admit or not, right? Having, like, listen, I know Gusto this season has been kind of not himself, right? But like, having a guy like a Reece James and then a Gusto is a good option to have, right? Realistically, as long as Gusto's back to himself, right? That's
by the way, and you can tell. And by the way, you could tell at the very least, Maresca actually trusts Gusto, bro.
Yes,
so
right?
he uses him.
Yes, but like, again, you look at that. That's a good example of like a side that works, right? But now with Maresca, yes, his substitutions haven't been great. I'll be honest, Vega's been looking quite decent so far in Serie A, but we'll live to see.
It doesn't matter.
Again, the point I'm trying to make is that we may live to see that maybe there's one or two guys, like with every manager, that they do go wrong on. But that's natural, right?
Yeah.
Not all managers are going to be 100% when it comes down to, for example, like being right with players. You might be right about Felix, because if you look at his second game today, Stinker and Hooked.
Stinker.
No one mentions it.
And you know what?
Did he actually?
Yeah, Stinker and Hooked, bro. Why am I saying it, bro? I wouldn't be saying otherwise, Scott. I watched the AC Milan game.
No, just
they had to bring on Santiago Jimenez, Leao, and like flipping Pulisic to win the game.
Yo, Felix is a debut merchant, bro.
And this is the thing, and this is the thing. Like, again, like, sometimes, bro, you're gonna win some and you lose some. On to the next one. And like, so I just think for me, right, the problem really is, when I come back to it, you know, given this is where I take issue with one of my points of Marshall earlier about the recall stuff. Giving him Mathis Amugu, bro, what does that do for Maresca?
Nothing.
I do want to see the kid play before I say anything on that.
You don't need to see him play.
Maresca already said Amugu is here to just train with the team, and they're giving him to Strasbourg, and then we're getting Santos back. That's literally like
You don't have to see.
You don't have to have seen a Mugu play to know what it is. Like,
I mean, Maresca said it outright. Like, he's not gonna play. Like, he's not seen as an important piece for the present. He got bought for the future.
Yes,
well,
and
now,
so
especially
for me,
that there's no FA Cup, he's not playing.
Exactly. But like, yeah, right. But you get the point I'm trying to make, right? Like, he is someone I look. I'm like, that's not helping the gaffer there. You're not helping the gaffer.
But that's also kind of goes back to the original point, right? Like, if you keep it, here's what I'm hoping could happen. This is a hypothetical follow along chat. In this hypothetical where we stop sacking the manager because the manager actually works with what he has and he's a yes man and he doesn't stand up to the tyranny of Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, right? Let's say he does work with them. And time after time, window after window, the owner see the deficiencies in the players, that he needs players. You see the injuries that aren't being filled up. That doesn't look bad on Maresca. It gets to a point where that looks bad on the directors. And then hopefully the one thing you want, which is the directors getting sacked, is what happens. So there is that hypothetical that could happen. Hypothetical FC. I'm changing my name to Hypothetical FC because this is all I do.
Yeah, Marshall, respectfully, bro. I've got some McDonald's fries that I've just ate. You want to put that in the bag for me?
Yes. But I won't give it to you. I'll just take it myself because I'm pretty hungry.
But
you get what I'm saying, right? But you get what I'm saying. It does make sense to an extent because surely these owners aren't so incompetent that they see, like, listen, you could argue that when they came into the sport, they didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't know what they were watching. But listen, 3 years of watching, 3 years of owning another club as well. You're watching a lot of football and you're trying to really grasp the point and really understand the game. You learn a lot. And there comes to a point where you will start to learn like, oh, that guy's not a left back. Why is he playing left back? Do we not have a left back in the team? Oh, 2 of them are injured. We just had a window. Why wasn't one brought in? You know, you start, putting the pieces together and following the cookie trail, and you start to eventually point the fingers at the directors and what they're doing to support the manager and what he wants to do. So I do think that there is a point where it does fall on the directors and the owners will see that. That might be me being optimistic.
Yeah, but I want to just answer a comment quickly. Yeah, listen, EPL tough, bro. He played 85 minutes of trash football. That's why it says stinker and hooked. He got hooked after 85 minutes. He wasn't not good enough. You know what I mean? Like I don't know who you're kidding there, bro. He literally the stats as well. The stats even back me when it comes to Tammy Abraham, not Tammy Abraham, sorry, João Felix, right? And like again, like this idea of like who are what's it called? Ahmed thinks Barcola and Madueke are good player. I think Barcola is a great player. People just hate on Barcola.
Barcola's had a good season.
I've changed my mind on Barcola. I did do it to wind Ahmed up to start off with, and he knows it. But I changed my mind on Barcola. I changed my mind. I saw him
right now.
Rip City to shreds. Had a great game against City, him to shreds, and he's played well since then. So you know what? I would love to know what you would have done differently today.
Can I address this? I'd love to know where this opinion was when he was performing last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because for me, my issue is I think this Gusto revisionism is very crazy because the funny thing about Gusto is that even I was making jokes last season about the fact that I was surprised he was this good defensively for us under Pochettino because he used to be so good at Lyon going forward. Like if you look at his Lyon highlight tape,
you know how I know he's a good player. Because rival fans are asking why isn't he playing as well as he did last season. Rival fans are okay. Rival fans said last season he had a very good season. And it may be a second season thing that's happening to him. We've seen it before, right?
And also he's a young players.
He's a young player as well. He's 20 or 21. You know what I mean?
20, just turned 20, literally.
If he was in Cobham though, you guys would be give him time. You know what I mean, or something like that. You guys make me sick. You know what I mean?
I just sometimes think I've said this before, we can criticize Gusto's performances, but I think we're being very unfair to a guy that he needs the time, he needs to he needs that development. I think particularly with this inverted thing that he's doing now.
He can defend. What are you talking about?
Last season
we saw it last season defending.
He can defend.
He pocketed Mitoma at one point.
Almighty. We saw it last season.
I'll say he was the best 1v1 defender at the football club.
Pocketed Doku, pocketed Mitoma. Like we can go on and on. He pocketed quite a few players last season. Gusto.
I think EPL tough. I know EPL tough has done this before, but I just think EPL. I think
He's
EPL
what?
tough is just
He's what?
I think EPL tough.
He's a Liverpool fan.
No, I said no. I said EPL tough. I said this before on my previous, but I know you said that before. That's why I'm not gonna cook EPL tough for this. But like, I just think for me, at the end of the day, I think EPL has you're being a bit disingenuous because like I think if you look at the fullbacks right now in his position, honestly, who's better than him?
Gusto, bro. That's not single. There's 4 players in the defense and 2 defensive midfielders in that team. It's more.
And by the way, last year was not the fault of Gusto. Gusto actually put up some of the best defensive numbers in the league. Like I know you can again EPL stuff. You can say what you want to say, right? But then at some point you have to look at the stats, and the stats showed that Gusto had an excellent season defensively and offensively. Like we can't lie about that. It's over a whole season.
Who would you say is better than Gusto? Give me a player real quick. I need to look up something.
No, I'm just interested. While you're answering that question, I've got another question as well. EPL, how do you rate Cucurella as a player?
Also, we are forgetting that Poch did about 85 centre-back partnerships last year, right?
Because he also injured everybody, bro.
And didn't start playing Cucurella properly till the second half of last season.
Yep.
I was playing Colwell at left back, who we all know.
Oh my god,
goes
Cole
wide,
left back in those wide spaces, bro.
The thing is, EPL tough.
Action Prong is better than him, bro.
No.
Based off of what?
Oh my god!
Off of one game.
Told you, Cobham. He's Cobham. EPL.
He's
turf
Cobham.
is a Cobham. He's Cobhamista. He's Cobhamista.
Nah, bro, not the Cobham sexual. EPL turf. Tell me it. Say it ain't so. Say the accusations ain't so. See.
Bro, I don't even have stats to look up on Josh Etchenpong, bro. What are we doing?
No, there's no.
Like,
there's no
like the
stats.
point is,
Look
like,
up.
if you said, listen, the thing is EPL stuff. If you said this season, right, Josh has been better. I think yes, in terms of performances, Josh has been better than him, but I don't think he's a better player than him.
Sure. That's why you bring up Josh. He's played what, like four games.
Listen, me and EPL stuff, we do agree upon.
Why not?
Me and Kukurea, we can agree on. Listen, I think this season.
What did he say on Kukurea?
He said he thinks Kukurea is
It's okay.
okay. He can't attack but can defend. I think that's a fair take. I actually think that's a fair take.
Hang on. So he can defend.
That's
but was
not a
also
fair
part of-
take. No, that's
Hang on,
not a
hang on,
fair
hang on.
take. Yo, I'm
By
a
the
you're
way,
such a
people
troll,
know-
bro.
People know I love Kukurea, but that's a Kukurea that was also part of a team that conceded the maximum amount of goals last season at left back.
Yeah, but he
Can't
didn't even
be
play
both
left
ways.
back. He
I mean, he
Cole
did.
was left back.
And he played though, and we still conceded
Yeah,
goals.
no. Listen. He did play 100%, but
That's what I'm saying. The argument, the whole point, or the point I'm making is the argument here.
I would argue we would have conceded less had Cucurella played left back longer.
I think we conceded the same amount. I think we conceded the same amount because it wasn't down to the defenders or the players. It was the manager.
But you know it is
Oh, I
EPL
thought
tough,
you
man.
guys
I think
were
another thing is that, which I agree with you about Kukurea, man. This guy, man, going forward, man, he's killing our attacks, man, going forward, man.
Shut up.
What are you talking about?
You know what I mean? This man, he's not got the genesis.
He just
car,
entered
man.
troll mode. He just
You know
entered
what I mean?
troll mode. That's it.
You know what I mean? Like
This
nah,
is last
like,
year's. I mean, maybe EPL.
Can
EPL turf
Kukurea
might
cross,
not care about
guys? Can
stats.
Kukurea cross? Let's ask the real question here,
You
chat.
look
Yeah.
like a
Can he
dodge
cross?
pirate, man.
Kukurea
Yeah.
versus
Can
Gusto.
Kukurea cross, chat? Can Kukurea cross?
Gusto
chat?
is
Yes,
red,
we've
by
seen
the
him
way.
do it this season.
L crosses, man. Can he even shoot? The only thing he can use is
Yes,
his head.
we've seen him do
Oh,
it this season.
Scott. He's smiling, so don't engage. Right? He's smiling, so I already know this play. Don't engage with him, okay?
What do you mean?
He's just-
Do you think I'm trying to let you know?
Hating and trolling, just don't do it. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of your energy. Don't do it. That's why, Marshall, could you actually move his camera up so I can see his face?
You took it.
Please. Sorry,
Put the
Arson.
co-
Yeah, see, yeah. I already know this guy's play. Okay. First of all, you look like a really weirded, dodgy pirate with that bandana on.
Yo,
right?
Let's go with Trent's defensive actions, son.
Listen, man, I wanted to say, man, shout out to my guy, David Luiz. I thought I'd follow in Luiz's footsteps, man. Shout out to David Luiz, my centre back goat. There we go, man.
Yeah, okay.
The stats don't lie. Malo Gusto last season was a phenomenal player. What's up?
He was,
Why
bro.
did I
I
put
told
Cucurella
you.
there? Because I
You
didn't
know
know
what?
who else to
You said
compare it to. Because he's another right back that people
Okay.
really rate
So,
highly.
what's this? What's this I'm seeing? Sorry. Gusto's better than Kukurea in terms of crosses.
This was last
Okay,
season.
well,
this
we're
was
deleting
last.
this.
Not
This is
problem.
last
No,
season.
no. How dare you? Put Kukurea. Put the
Problem.
ball on there.
I'm not
No,
putting it back
you're
on
a
there.
fraud. You're a fraud, Marshall, man. You're actually a fraud, Marshall. I hope you know that. You're a fraud.
Mhm.
You're actually a fraud, mate.
Yep.
You're sick to my stomach. Let me go to
It's
YouTube,
ironic,
man.
no.
Bro, are you
It's
good,
ironic.
bro?
It's very ironic, isn't it, guys? The guy criticizing Cucurella has literally got his hairstyle right now in front of us.
I've got him better. I've got a better trim
Yeah,
than him anyway.
yeah.
I've got a better
No,
trim
you
than him.
haven't.
Look at these defensive
haven't.
actions, though.
Obviously, that
Aggressive
bandana is
passes.
tightening your brain cells. That's what it is right
Look,
now. Yeah.
he's pretty close in expected assists too. Gusto. This is actually more impressive than I thought. Better crossing, better ball carrying, aerial
Yeah, but
percentage.
Hey, is that true? Prime. Wait. Bring that Prime comment up.
Which one?
The last one.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, hold that, Ahmed.
Yeah, you
No,
guys.
you know,
really
guys,
needed
I
FC
want-
since
Yeah,
then.
you know,
can I
we don't care.
bring up? Oh,
No,
I,
we
need to bring up I need to bring up this comment because, like, yeah, you know, we talk about Malo Gusto has a better progressive pass, yeah, than Mark Correa. Deep down.
There's only one person, someone said in the comments right now, there's only one person that ever used the term Dallo Nation on this panel right now.
Nasty work, bro. Nasty
Speaking of
work.
Dallo
I'm not
nasty
gonna lie.
work. Nasty.
They're low killing.
That's actually nasty work, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's okay,
Yes.
man. Keep bringing them up, man. When Dallo
Bro,
Nation shines here, I'll
even
be there.
compared to Kyle Walker, like, what are
When
we talking about with
Dallo Nation
Gusto,
shines.
bro?
Oh my god, bro. Some people just
Carl
need
Walker's,
to
we know
desperately
Carl
learn to
Walker's
give it
fallen
up,
off a
bro.
cliff. We can't.
This
really-
is last year. Last year
Yeah,
he
but
still
we
was.
fell off a cliff like in the treble year, the treble summer 23. So
Yeah.
it's been 18 months of him keep falling down that.
I'm just,
that
you know,
well.
I'm just trying to see what EPL Turf is talking about in terms of like he's shit defensively. He kind of disappeared in the chat once I put out the.
Put him up against Ben White.
I'm saying based on 4 games. Come on, dude.
Well,
Ben White?
Achimpong,
Oh, yeah, I got you.
based on 4 games. The Achimpong praise is based on 4 games.
And what the hell? Where's Ben White? Oh, here we go. Boom. Jesus fucking Christ! It's not even a fucking competition. It's hard to see it, but yeah, this is
What a massage.
the only thing that Ben White has on Malagusto last season is aerial percentage.
Yeah, and
Aerial
Ben
is one.
White was recognised as one of the best, if not one of the best right backs last season. Generally.
Yeah,
That is true.
He's also-
That is
he's
true.
also- He's also a centre back.
He's also a centre back, yeah. So he should beat him there, really.
By the way, Ahmed, what's your time now, bro? My time?
UK. Same.
UK is 1:30 in the morning, bro. Listen, I'm watching the UOT prelims right now, bro.
Oh, is UFC on tonight?
Yeah, man. Duplessis versus your boy Strickland.
Yo, stop calling people I don't like my boy, bro. Oh my
Your
god.
boy.
I had to trigger him there. I was waiting for the trigger. I know you hate Strickland. That's why I
I
said
fucking hate Strickland. All right, it's
Can
okay.
you put
It's fine.
Cucurella up against Dallo like Prime just said, Chris? Can you just?
You know,
Ooh.
listen.
Oh no! You want
Listen,
Cucurella back on, bro? I
I'm-
got you.
I'm
This
really
season or last
surprised.
season?
This season. This season, like, okay.
No, this
No, let's go
If
last
you
season.
compare-
Let's go
Let's
last
go
season.
this season. No.
Prime,
Let's go this
Prime.
season.
Okay,
Prime,
fine,
yeah.
fine.
Considering
I will
Dallo was
listen.
playing as a left back
Bring
or left wing back.
every-
whatever.
bring Prime. We can bring any stat. Bring anything, yeah. Bring
Holy
bread,
moly.
cheese, tuna, you know what I mean? Chicken,
Huh?
salami, whatever. You will never convince me. Cucurella is a good fullback at this club. He's not deserving of this level.
Don't worry, Cucurella is better than Dallo. I mean Dallo.
Oh yeah, come on.
That's good. That's actually good, man.
You know, Amarin's only picking him because he's Portuguese. We know that, right?
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, bro. 100%.
No, right, man. Nepotism FC, man. We're here for it.
What was that?
Nepotism FC.
You know, Dorgu's going to bench him, don't you?
Oh fuck.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
he is.
of course, bro.
I'm a big fan of
Just
Dogu,
kidding.
so if he
Actually, I think he's going to play Dorgu on the right.
Yeah, no, that's what I think he's going to do. I don't think he's going to bench him.
All right, man. Listen, I know. Listen, the Lone Nation, man. We will always rise.
Oh no.
Yeah, the
what's
cream
that?
of the
Shut
crop.
up, man. Can you do me a favour? Can you put Dan Burn against Dallo for me, please? From last year.
From last year?
season. Yeah.
Look at Martin trying to find stats that he can't find.
No, I just thought I was making sure. Okay,
Bro.
it's okay. Burn.
Prime, man. You know, you keep on doing this fighting, yeah, in the shadows.
Give it a message for a week so I can see it properly. Give it a Is that Dan Burn in the green?
Yes.
Against Dallo. Okay, no problem. Dan, why does
Dallo's got a better crosses. Dallo's got more assists.
Isn't Dan Burn a center back?
You see, that epitomizes Dallo. You know, Dallo's stats thing. It does look like a turd. So it doesn't make sense.
But I mean, like these last three are like what a centre back should be giving you. Defensive.
No, but he was
Jupe
playing
and
left back.
Elvis.
He was playing left back.
But he's a better left back than him. Look, he's attacking wise. He's better.
Not in every area. Jules, he wasn't.
No, but that's
Jewel,
defensive Jules. Though.
Defensive
He's better.
actions, he's not. Yeah.
No, but look,
Area.
he's better than him at crosses. Better than him at.
He's better than him at progressive passes as well. Dan
Yep.
Burn.
So, what you're telling me, hang on, what you're telling me is that a fullback is better than a centre back playing fullback at crosses. Thank you.
I like this website.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, he's got a better cross, a better expectations, better progressive passes.
No, he hasn't got better progressive passes. Dan Burn.
He
Yes,
does.
yes, Ahmed, again, Dan Burn is a centre back
he doesn't.
playing fullback. So I'm not surprised
Listen,
that
at the
Dallo
end of the
has
day-
better crosses than him.
You know what, man? At the end of the day, guys, yeah, keep hating.
Can you put Vardiol with Dallo? Can you do Vardiol as well with Dallo?
Yeah, that's a real competition right there, man. I agree.
Last season, Vardiel?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Do me a
sticky, isn't it?
favour. Can you try the Luca Digne for me, please, from Villa? DIGND, please.
If this is, oh man, Ahmed, you better pray. More expected a hot garbage load more expected assists than Dallo.
Actually, can you? You're right.
Listen.
Can you do Vardy off from this season, please? As well as Dallo from this season, please.
You know, once you do that one, I've got something that we can do, if you don't mind, yeah?
Yeah, you can shut up, mate. That's what you can do.
I've got one more.
You said Vardy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Vardio's been in the shit City team and he's still better. Look at this.
Yeah, so listen, fair enough. But listen, I want to do something different. Can you get me Kukurea this season?
Versus who?
No, Kukurea this season. I don't want Dallo. You can remove Dallo, actually. Kukurea this season for me. And then do Tio Hernandez last season because he hasn't played this season that much. So please. There we go. Look at that, man. Look at that. My fullback.
You put Tio Hernandez from this season, please.
The silence on Ahmed is so deafening, by the way.
Oh, still not bad. Well, but a lot less minutes played, to be honest.
Listen, he's still crushing it. He's still crushing it on that fraud.
What? Yeah, he's asked to do a different job.
Really bad defensively, though.
His crossing percentage is basically the same.
Yeah. His crossing
the same. He's a shooter. Shout out Alonso, man.
Yeah. So what you're telling me is a French Alonso, great, so he sucks.
No, he's good. Listen, at the end of the day, man.
Yo, argument destroyed, bro. There's no comeback.
Man, trying to hate, man. It's okay, man. Keep hating.
No. You're the only one who's been hating. We've been trying to prove your hate wrong, which we have been.
Okay.
My hate is true. My hate is strong. My hate is undefeated.
The only thing true about you is your fraud.
What is it? What? Listen. Yeah. What is it? Yeah. What's my favorite? What's it called? Wrestler CM Punk. You know his original song. Yeah. Yeah. Kill Switch Engage. Yeah. Even if the darkness, what's it called, comes. Yeah. This fire will burn always, man. This hate will burn always, man.
Yeah. And you know your problem, right? Yeah. First of all, that. You know your problem. You know how much CM Punk likes that song that he's kept his new one for over a decade and a half longer than his old one. Yeah?
Listen, the old one, man, that's got a special place in my heart, man. Shout
out of personality. Yeah.
I'm a core personality. What can I say to you?
No. You're first of all,
just a cult.
First of all, you are a personality. But instead of a cult, they spelt it wrong. It's still got C-U-T in it, but they replaced the
Yeah. It's the horse of personality.
Listen, man. You see this, man? It's not really me, man. Oh, listen, I am a listen, the hate, I can just hate. Just hate, man.
It's not hate.
It's free.
It's not hate. It's just annoyance. It's not hate. Hate would be like... it's just annoying.
I'm talking about my hatred for Kukurea. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Why you've got his hairstyle. That's irony for you right there.
Listen, man, he's got my hairstyle.
I think you're mad. I think you're mad that he doesn't have to wear a bandana like you do to have his hairstyle. That's what you're mad about, man.
I can remove this, bro, if I wanted to, but I just don't want to.
Remove it.
He's a dude.
Remove it because it'll show the shine of your fraudulence. That's what it will show right there, yeah? The shine of your fraudulence.
Yo, you're getting cooked,
blinding fraudulence, he says.
Blinding fraudulence. I'm blind.
Ladies and gents. All right. Well, we've well exceeded over 3 hours. I was just kind of letting the conversation and the chill vibes go because I think we needed a little bit of let's step off the ledge. You know what I mean?
Question to chat. Just quick question to chat. Yeah. Anyone played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Let me know.
Okay, fair enough. I've heard of this game. But all right, ladies and gents, Super Bowl is tomorrow, so I will not be streaming because I will be hosting.
Eagles.
So no stream from me tomorrow, guys. Super Bowl reasons, because I'm a stupid American. So yeah, I'll be doing that. So don't expect a stream tomorrow. But also do be on the lookout. Do be on the lookout for potential American Waffle on Monday. Wednesday there should be a Chelsea Hour stream I'll be hosting. I think, oh, you know what? I am releasing content tomorrow. It'll be one of the funny enough, guys, we had a discussion here about our attacking deficiencies, and I think it's fitting that I post that video tomorrow. So tomorrow expect that, a little bit of a Kafka's and CP debate about our attack, which fitting considering what happened today. So yeah, check out that video tomorrow. That'll be dropping, and Wednesday we'll be back with a Chelsea Hour. Thursday, I don't know, there'll be a game or something we'll talk about. I don't even know anymore.
Can we make a declaration here that if the sporting directors are ever sacked, that there's no time limit on the stream? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like,
I agree.
Clear your schedule, as I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like phone in sick the next day or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
We'll have like a Casually FC marathon to celebrate the sacking of the sporting directors. Yeah, I mean, us as a panel can talk about a lot of stuff for forever. So yeah, we could do it. Fuck it. I'll say it right now. I'll clip it. I'll put it in the receipts bin in Discord, which, by the way, if you haven't done so already, join the Discord, because there's a lot of toxicity happening in there that you want to be a part of. I know you do. But big up to every single one of you. If you haven't done so already, smash up the like.
Okay, you can mute people in that thing.
You can just mute the whole entire thread in general.
I do. I mute the entire fucking lot of you. I can't be bothered.
It's great.
I mean, like, you know, listen, we got Marshall here writing essays, man. I can't read that, man.
Yeah, no, I gave up. My essay days are behind me. I just took Ahmed's advice and started trolling. It's a lot simpler of a life, and it's more fun.
Listen, man, trolling's free, man. Trolling's free. Remember, hating is free.
Trolling is free.
Trolling is free.
That's why Scott fell for my trap card.
Getting things wrong is free. Getting things wrong is free, right, Ahmed?
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Surfer, did you like my tweet when I said, you know, Twitter was better when you just reposted cats and dogs?
I'm just saying. I don't retweet them now. I just like them.
Okay, you know, there was a time
I
all
the time. I did like the way that someone tweeted to you that, oh, I don't like the views of lot, you know, but that's why I don't see
and stuff.
But I'd never even seen them in the chat, so you know what I mean.
I don't know who they are. So I said to them, glad you're not watching anymore, man.
I can understand.
Oh, that's someone else. Yeah, I need to find those receipts. I forgot about that.
I understand why I don't like Ahmed's takes. They're always stinky. So
hey, man, if you don't like my takes, man, don't watch.
Well, no. Oh no, my concurrent viewership is dropping. No, Ahmed, that's the worst advice you can give people. There's only 2 people watching now, Ahmed.
Listen, it's the truest thing I always say, man.
No, that's true. That's true.
There's no point of hate watching us, bro. We gotta have our opinions. Our opinions are gonna be the same. They may change, bro. Listen, that's the game, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, you have a life.
There's no point in hating me, because my level of hatred and contempt for every other human being is unparalleled. So there's no point in hating.
Exactly.
But yeah, ladies and gents,
let's go.
Smash the like. We're only 1 like away from 80. So if you haven't done so already, just be that 1 like so I can get to 80 likes on this video. Big up to every single one of you who have joined in. We had a very large audience today. Big up to Ahmed's raid. Big up to RSM's raid. Thank you guys so much for the raid. And yeah, we're gonna raid out to Flawless. So if you haven't done so already, copy and paste the raid message, which I had here earlier, but it got taken. But yeah, copy paste the raid message over to Flawless. Let them know where you're coming from. And last but not least, guys,
Lampard.
Check out the membership. Big up Coventry. Check out the membership. Make sure you're looking at the 3 different tiers. We got first tier starts at 99p for the first tier, cool emojis and all that fun stuff. And if you're a proper casual and higher tier member, you get a shout out at the end of every show. It's going to go out to TM127, EE, Hassan Nawaz, Dark, Adrian, A. Suleiman, EPL Turf, Pels, SDFC, Benny, CAA Mafia, Adam CFC. Big up to you guys for your support.
Do I not get a shout out? I pay like £1 a month.
That's not proper casual.
Are you a member?
He's a member, but he's not a proper casual member. Proper casual members get shout outs.
You cheapskate.
Is it a color thing?
Is it a color thing? No, it's a Chelsea thing. It's a proper casual thing.
Oh God.
Oh no! I just realized what I did.
Marshall, no. Marshall, no.
You'll never escape the allegations.
Marshall, no. Marshall, no.
Big up everyone.
Yo, ban it for Marshall at the bridge. Ban it for Marshall at the bridge. Ban it for Marshall at the bridge.
Stay casual, please.
That's gonna get him access